we're living in a country right now where we do not know where we are going. All we know is that they're trying to enforce free speech upon us, to not have it, and push us into a corner to accept what they're going to give us. But the point I'm making is that when you look at the figures, there's minus 15.4 billion pounds all the time. All the money is gone. And the same thing is happening in the councils. All the money is gone. You know, you can go, like you go to Dubai, they'll chop your hands off. They've got a stringent, strict law. If I had the chance and I could have done it, I would have brought back capital punishment.
It's all great if everyone's clever and smart about it, but there's a lot of dumb people out there. Giving them that sort of power might just ruin everything.
I wouldn't say our people are dumb. You're on TV.
I would say 50% of people are dumb.
I will 100% concur with Donny there. What is happening, my peeps? We're here today with Shyam Batra.
Yes.
Now, Shyam,
got it right.
Very similar to me, he ran for mayor of declared his intention to run as a candidate and then ran into a little bit of problems. We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
He has a very similar insight to the whole Mayor of London election process and the nomination process to become a candidate. Shyam, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and why you got into politics and what sort of...
Well, everybody knows I'm Shyam Batra, ex-London Mayor candidate, and with my two friends here, Andreas and Donald Trump.
Let me shake your hand.
Donald Trump, Indian Donald Trump. What to do? I'm not doing anything at all.
Where are you from,
man?
I'm Indian, born here.
Oh, okay.
But my parents are from Delhi, originally were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my dad was very high up in the Indian government.
Oh, right.
But I had no intention that I would enter into politics.
Politics, you know?
Because this is what it is, right? So I started...
Runs in the family, yeah?
Well, it didn't run in that family. It's like at the end of the day, when you enter this world and you go into the member of parliament, you actually are a member of parliament. So that means you've segregated yourself from the constituents. You are no longer part of their world. And a few weeks ago, my friend Andrew Bridgen, who was Leicester MP, told me that now they're trying to distance themselves from the constituents. This is just, it's diabolical. Why would you be a mayor, get their votes, and then change the system, change that for themselves?
Yeah.
So basically, I started my journey. I started quite young. I won a scholarship, and I ended up getting a job at Goldman Sachs in the beginning. And I was there for a short while, and then somebody told me to get into the life insurance industry, and I went in there. But it was good fun. It was great fun. I had fantastic...
The life insurance industry was fun? Or?
Yeah, selling life insurance.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to come and see you shortly. And you.
I might need it. I'm a skydiver.
Well, I mean, the thing is, what Starmer's just spoken about with Trump about inheritance tax yesterday alone, saying that Trump says they've got no inheritance tax for farmers, which is a kick in the face for him, because like America doesn't give inheritance tax to the farmers, yet we want to clobber everyone everywhere, and we go to the lowest threshold, like $500,000, then you've got to pay tax. If you die without a will, King Charles...
Was it $1 million? It wasn't $500,000, it was $1 million or something, but most farm estates are worth well over...
Yeah, no, I mean, like, you've got your threshold about $500,000, it's ridiculous. The houses are like $500,000 or so already. So what are you going to gain? But like what the system has been created, he hasn't even looked at it. We don't need to pay inheritance tax at all. When you die, you die. But if you die without a will, either of you die without a will, you're going to get, your estate is going to King Charles. End of. That's the law, that's the rules.
And what are you saying, what's the difference? What's the farmers getting? They're getting an even worse deal than that.
Well, they are, because they're being charged. And yet they're farming for us, yet they're being told not to farm and getting subsidies, you know? So we're like in a really evil situation. But let me go back to what I was doing. So I was in the insurance industry, and then I started doing mortgages and finance and stuff. And I still do this stuff now today. So people need help in financing properties, buy-to-lets, commercial, like you have here. I can arrange it all for you, you know? But going forward, I then became the first. I was also mad about boxing since I was a kid. I followed all the greats: Tyson, Muhammad Ali. I did brochures on them, books on them, and I never thought I'd enter into the boxing industry. So I met this lady called Kelly Maloney, who was Lennox Lewis's manager. So we made friends. We were in that world for a long time, and it was great business. And Lennox became the heavyweight champion of the world, as you know. And then I ventured out and did my own stuff while I was doing my finance stuff, and I became the first Indian boxing promoter in the world. So I teamed up with a friend of mine called Peter Maniatis, and he is a great guy. He's in Australia, and we had great shows together, about 20, something like that. And we finished around 2019, 2020. He still carries on a little bit. But I loved the business. It was great, fantastic business.
Showbiz.
And from there, I then was continuing my financial work, and I bought 4 hotels in London. One in Paddington, and I think 3 in Earl's Court and Kensington. So I had like 4. I fell into trouble, as you do. Markets crashed, had bad advice, had bad legal team. This guy had done the stamp duty scheme. He created some stamp duty scheme. My accountant found him, and he said, Shyam, not only can they do your deal, but they can save you 2%. In those days, it was like 2% interest.
Was it not like 12% or something?
No, of course, it's jumped really high up to 15% almost in buy-to-lets. So, but if you don't have a company, everybody that buys a buy-to-let property must put their property into a company, because they can't claim anything. The revenue doesn't give you any. In fact, they give you a bill at the end of the year, 20% to pay. You can't claim anything. So if you guys decide to do a property business, then you've got to put them into limited companies so you can claim all your interest, all the money you spent, and so on. So from there, I just I carried on with that. And then, I did run for Mayor of London in 2014 when Johnson was going to do it, I think. Was it Johnson? He was leaving.
That was the end of his term.
Yeah. So, and I had a really good, strong team, but I don't know, I just backed out. I didn't do it. And then I was working away, was with my girlfriend, and up to 2023, I don't know, I just decided to leave and come back to London. And I think I had a calling from God, because I don't know, I never even thought about running for Mayor of London. It wasn't on my agenda, So I then thought, well, what shall I do? I spoke to my friend Trevor McDonald. He said, what do you want to do that for? They're going to come and kill you.
Is that how he talks? Is that
no, but I mean, he's like, he was obviously worried. And I spoke to my friend in that band, what's it called? So Solid.
Which friend?
What's his name? I forgot his name. Dane, somebody.
Dane from So Solid.
Yeah, you know him. He's very tall. And he said, Shyam, you can't do that. It's no good. They're going to just do this and do that. I said, look, I've got to help people. I've something's in my head to say I have to help people. What else can I do to help people? So I decided to put my hand in. And of course, you know yourself, there was no application form. And for us independents, we were just screwed. 12 days of time.
This was what the first time you run, or this?
No, this was the actual first time I ran, but I was running.
That was in 2012. Was it 2012?
2014. I think when Khan was going to get in.
Didn't what? So as far as I'm aware,
we ran in 24, but we started in 23. I don't know when you started. I started in 23 late.
Yeah, 2024 elections, but the one before that.
That was 2020 in the pandemic.
That was deferred 1 year, but then the 2 terms before that, where he was here, I think it was 2016. Sorry, that was when.
Was it 16? Yeah,
2016 when Sadiq Khan came in.
Sadiq Khan came in, yeah.
Boris Johnson
was the one
in there
before
from
that, 2012.
2012 to 2016 was.
Yeah, it was the one I was going to do. I had backing from George Bush's team back in the day, and it was really. But I had a lot of problems going on, and I just thought, I can't do this. It's not going to work. So I jumped in, and as you know yourself, March the 12th, when we were at that meeting in City Hall, they told us how we're going to run to go and get the electoral numbers, to go and get the names from the councils and all this stuff. And I was told by all the councillors that you're not a candidate to the 19th of May. But then we only had to the 27th to put all the documents in, all of our stuff in, £10,000 electoral numbers and electoral names. I had over 7,000 electoral names, but I couldn't get the electoral numbers. When I opened up the systems, I just couldn't get anything out. The address was here, the name was there, it was all jumbled up. I know it was because prior to this, I always had a plan. I launched this 15-minute cities, C40. Do you know what C40 is?
Yeah, he talks about.
Yeah, so the 15-minute city, hidden away. People don't even know what C40 means because they put this name out there. And I launched this video with International Business Times. I didn't know it was going to just fly, and it flew off the handle. And somebody on X has put my video, and it's gone to 65, 70 million people now over the time. But when we did it, it just blew everywhere. Everyone was copying it, reposting it, not saying any bad words, nothing. And they must have got ahead of it, of course. So I went in the race like you, but they took me out of the race for no reason, really, because I know that they gave the other candidates the names and the numbers just to sit behind Khan because they knew they weren't going to win.
So when did you start collecting signatures?
When they told us to, which was at that meeting when we got the, they sent us the names, the sheets of paper.
The forms, yeah.
Yeah, so
nomination forms.
Yeah, that's right. But when I rang the councils, they said to me, "You're not a candidate until the 19th of March as an independent."
Well, you're not a candidate until you've actually passed the nomination process, handed in your nomination papers, paid the deposit, been confirmed by City Hall.
No, it wasn't.
And that can be done any time between the 19th to the 27th.
That's right. But on the 19th, you were a candidate.
No.
Before that, you weren't.
You're not a candidate until you've paid the deposit and you've handed in the nomination papers.
No.
And the London elects officers.
No, that didn't happen to me. I don't know how it happened to you. But they told me that I couldn't get anything. And I had to do two things. One was to get the sheets, right? And the other thing was to get the electoral numbers from the councils.
Yeah.
And that's what the stumbling block was, because they said you're not a candidate till the 19th of March. But I said, but that only gives us 8 days. How are we going to run and get all these numbers as well?
So which councils gave you the most trouble then?
Kingston upon Thames, Camden. I had about 4 or 5 of them that couldn't get the names. I think it was Hackney, one. And Hackney, I did really well out there. I got over 7,000 names, but it didn't matter. But everywhere I went, I even went
a lot of names.
How long did we have to do to
So you only needed to get 10 from each borough.
331.
There's 32 boroughs plus the city of
We
London.
had 10 days to do that. How many days did you have?
Yeah, that is astonishing. 7,000, I've got to say. So I got in total probably about just below 400 because I got a few extra.
Wait, how long? Do you have 10 days?
No. So they sent us the forms. I think it was the end of February.
You got them in February?
Everyone did. The London Elects Office sent them out to all the candidates that declared
you
their
didn't get
intentions
them?
to run.
I didn't get them, no.
What? Did it get sent straight to you or to your?
Are you sure?
To your manager?
Because as far as I remember, I'm very clear on this because they gave us 12 days.
Oh, well,
Because you actually then applied for your role to run for Mayor of London. But prior to that, there was no paperwork being given to any of us to do the work. Because I remember I had my team there like you did, and I don't remember getting them. I know I remember getting them in March when we were at that meeting at 12th
So they
of
were
March.
given before
They gave it to us then. But what I'm saying to you is, as independents, we were just like trash. They didn't even want to do anything with us.
I think
Because they gave the parties a year before. They had all of their numbers and everything the whole year.
Well, it's not exactly like that. So the London Elects Office itself, I think, was quite, I'd say, fair.
Yeah.
But the media, the whole process and everything like that, they literally just backdoor every candidate. If you're not one of the big 4 parties, Green, Lib Dem, Labour, Conservative, then you're just a nobody.
They actually then did the first past the post as well. So that also messed everything up. But I don't know. This is how I was dealt with. So
They did, the London Elects Office sent the forms out, the nomination papers out. It was the end of February. And from that point on there, you can start collecting the signatures. And then you have the final deadline was 4 p.m, the 27th of March.
I mean, I had a lot of people out there as well, but I was out there every single day.
So you started, was it the 12th of March, you said?
I think so, yeah. I think it might have been a bit more. I'm not sure when the papers came. It doesn't matter, but...
So from the 12th of March to the...
27th.
7th, you collected 7,000 signatures.
Yeah.
On your own?
Well, mostly because I went to the mosques as well, and there was like 500-600 people there all the time,
right, yeah.
and they said, "Get him out! Get him out! We don't want anything to do with him, even though he's a Muslim." But I used to stand in the pouring rain. There was about 3 of us, and I said, "Look, my guys are here. Can you please put your names and electoral numbers if you have them?"
Yeah.
And most of them didn't have
what
them.
was the
I
reason?
remember the electoral numbers weren't even out. They had posted them late to everybody, but they used the old electoral numbers.
Well, if you were already on the electoral system, they just keep the same number. But if you've never been on the electoral system before,
And they always use
issue
6
them-
million mark. Always 6 million. Last time it was 6 million. There's more than 6 million people in London, right? So at the end of the day,
but they're not all registered to vote.
no, maybe, yeah, could be.
So what was the reason you went and got 7,000 signatures?
I don't know, we
What
just
came
went-
over you to do that?
I don't know. Me, I always go the end of the world as usual. I always trying.
Because you only needed
I know.
330.
I know. I had a bag full of names, you know. I mean, I remember the mosques. There was like, we went to so many mosques as well. And I went to the temples, and I went to the churches. The churches were pretty dead. There was no one really coming in and out.
And we hit all the religions.
Yeah, but, I mean, the Muslims really helped me. They gave me, I was getting like, in 1 hour, after they came out, I'd spoken to a guy there and said, look, can you get him to speak to me? I'm running for mayor. Okay, no problem. So they used to come around me, and I had these forms already with me, and I said to the guys, get them over to the reception desk and let them pick one up. And said, and they were quite helpful. They picked up the forms, and they just looked at them. When they came out, I said, look, I'm running for mayor, blah, blah, blah. Can you please nominate me, please? And we used to get like 500-600 names there alone, and that was easy.
That is an astonishing amount of admin because...
Do you know how many people are in that mosque?
You should have just got 20 and gone.
Yeah,
there.
but
I would have got 20 and be like, thanks. and then gone.
no, but for
Wait,
me,
300.
so I know you did a lot of door-to-door as well, you said, but for me...
I loved it. I love talking to people. And
Yeah,
not-
canvassing's amazing, but for me it was just...
Yeah.
So obviously you get the name,
Yeah.
the signature, but then you also need to get their address.
Electrons.
So-
Yeah, you need to get their name, their address,
And that's it. You need their
electoral
name.
number.
Nobody really knows their electoral number.
Well, yeah,
that you get from
that
the
was
council.
the
But-
plan, you see.
So you collected 7,000 addresses as well. That is, and then because the way we done it, obviously we had the nomination form, and then you've got the number. There's only 10 names on each form. And
Yes,
then
that's
they're
right.
numbered. So then I would obviously get the name signature, the number on the side, and then I'd have another sheet of paper, and I'd write their address on there, so I can match it up.
I
to the
don't know why we
electoral-
did this, but every day we went and printed another 500. We got 500 in 1 hour, and then I sent someone to a thingy place, photography place, to copy more. And I said, look, if we can get 500 in an hour, we can get more. We've only got 12 days. Let's get on with it, and we did it. So I
That
didn't get
is,
500
yeah.
a day. I was getting like 800, 900, 1,000 even. Some days I went to Southall,
Wow.
Little India, my place. I got loads of names from the Sikhs, from the Hindus, again the Muslims, you know. And I thought, this is a good niche. Let's just keep hammering at it, you know. But obviously it didn't matter because we only needed 332 names,
Well, 10
including
from each
separate.
borough.
Yeah, 10.
That's mad. So wait, you was getting 500 from each borough. So you was actually how did you do that in 10 days?
I don't know why we did that.
That is
That's so much,
astonishing.
That is you do go above.
I'm
and beyond.
unique, yeah.
So, at what point did you realise, right, all this hard work I've put in, all this collecting names, signatures, addresses, matching them up to the name, at what point did you realise, right,
I had
the
6
council's not
girls
playing
working
ball?
with us, and they were looking at the electoral numbers and names and addresses, right?
Yeah.
And I tell you, a lot of them, I think, were sabotaged because they were not in the correct places. You know, you'll have your name, address, electoral number, say, and it goes down like that. and a lot of the councils were completely different in their name selection.
Yep.
So, like, the girls were really getting frustrated. This time we can't even get 200 names out. So they had to find and waste time, and it was getting really, time was ticking, and I think I got about 283 electoral numbers. I couldn't get the rest.
So that was the part we actually found the easiest. So obviously we had all the name signatures, and then once we got the electoral numbers
But
from
they
the
blocked me. I know. I didn't want to say the word
It took us
corruption.
1 hour after that.
Well, I didn't want to say the word corruption, but when your name is not on the list, you're not getting in.
His name weren't on the list. That's for
Well,
sure.
no,
I mean, if anyone's enemy of the state, I
I
think,
did worse than
that's
him.
it.
I launched this 15
Did
minute
you see what he was doing just a few months before in COVID and that? He was going mad.
if you just get my video, I'll show you that 30-second video went to it's gone to over 70 million people, and everyone's copied it in their own languages. Even Kim Jong-un posted it. So I just went for it, but I just knew that I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. And then
At what date did you realise, right, I think all this effort...
Well, when I went there, of course, when you had to hand the names in on the 27th, and this guy with the glasses, I forgot his name, he was really rude. He left us in the foyer and didn't take us to a room anywhere to say anything. He said, can't get the names, you're not getting in, like that, is his words.
Yeah. So that was what, on
And
the
he was
27th?
really, really aggressive, really rude. On that day, and I was in...
So the head of, I think it's the head of the London Lakes, is Leah Goddard.
No, not Leo, it was the other guy with
Leah
glasses.
I found him really helpful, Leah.
Yeah, Leo
actually.
was always helpful. He was always helpful. I never had a problem with him, and he said, look, let me see what I can do. I said, but, I know... I even knew that some of the other candidates, they were given the names and numbers so they could get in the race. Because when Khan stands, they need to show that there are other candidates around him, behind him. Because on the election day, they asked everybody to go there, including me. I said, well, I wasn't even put in the race. I'm not going there. Get lost. Why would I go there on that last day? For what? As a joke. I mean, and everybody booed him. Nobody voted for him. Let's carry on because there's more to say.
Well, yeah, I must say the nomination process, getting past that stage itself, I felt was an accomplishment in itself. I actually felt like I really...
But you didn't get in, you see.
No, I did. I passed the nomination process.
No, I'm saying didn't win. This is the whole idea.
For sure, yeah.
This is the whole idea because I had not bad press media. I was doing okay, but there were a lot who wouldn't let you on. Because they were already paid. And this guy has used our money to run his campaign. Do you think that's fair?
Well, I mean, they have to use the Labour
No,
Party.
they'd never use our money to run. Anyway, let's carry on. There's more stuff to come.
Well, with the... Yeah, well, I mean, we can... But with the there's quite strict rules around the funds you have to use for the campaigns, and quite serious sentencing guidelines if you break them.
Well, what are you talking about when you're saying that? Is
No,
he
he's
because
saying-
he said that he
said
Labour's
that,
using they're using the people's money.
Yeah, like little man can't use public funds to
Yeah, of course.
run his
Well,
campaign.
he
they
does
use
that all
their
the time.
party's funds, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, they have to use the party's funds.
I don't know. Listen, he's got law into himself. You know that yourself.
Like, yeah,
I've been told that he's building a house in North London by I had the cab drivers sponsoring me, the black cabs, right?
it's moving up to our ways, yeah. Come on.
And apparently he's building a house in North London for 10 million quid. Well, I know he did a deal last year with the Hussein family who bought Trocadero. Do you know about that?
Trocadero where? In Piccadilly Circus?
Oh damn! What's it going to be?
That's done. That deal's done.
What was that?
They bought the Trocadero. Apparently, and I'm not sure, but they've got some kind of a mosque thing going on in there as well. I don't know. But Trocadero is not owned by Trocadero, whoever it was before.
What
So
are they going to turn into?
I don't know. Who knows? No one's
Casino.
talking about it. It was in the news and everything, but no one's talking about it. Just like Michelle Mone takes £129 million and buys all this PPE stuff and is a dame or whatever in the House of Lords. And who's talking about her? She deliberately took that money and she knew it was fraud. And who's doing anything about it? They never seem to get caught. Matt Hancock, Boris Johnson,
Well,
You know.
that's the whole reason there's terms, because they leave the shit with the previous
they
elected
say
members, and then the new 4-year cycle comes, and look, it's clean slate, new people in, clean slate. That's the nature of politics.
What do you think you'd be doing now if you was mayor? If you was mayor right now, what would be happening?
I would have got rid of the ULEZ charge. I would have set up a scheme for every person in London to buy a house, 100% loan. Given.
Really?
Yeah, and because my plan was to fix our city, our country. All I'm here for now, and all I've been here for, I don't like politics. Politics is politricks, because they trick you into getting a vote. When they've got that vote, they're gone. I've called my MP twice, booked an appointment, had a Teams meeting set up last week, 6:20. No one's on the team. And then I write to them afterwards. I said, I'm waiting here. No one's here. Oh, we're really sorry about this, but you'll have to do another meeting in September. So if it's urgent, I have to wait till September to see an MP, a Member of Parliament. Member of Parliament is the Member of Parliament.
Yeah.
He's not your friend anymore. He doesn't belong to you anymore.
It's mad, isn't it?
They leave you when they've got that vote, because they're getting the £109,000 or whatever it is now. And try getting a meeting with your MP. Won't happen.
How
I don't
do
think
you
I'd ever bother to
try and
waste
be
my
an
time.
MP?
What do you mean? Try being an MP.
Why don't you just try and be an MP? Go run for.
I am. I've set up my own organisation. It's called City, CITY.
Okay.
We're just waiting for the website to be finalised, but it's not going to be finalised because there's so much work to do. I don't like the word party, so I created what I call an organisation, and I've done it for you and everyone and me, because I want the same things as everybody else. I don't want to see this nonsense going on. The longer we stay with these people, we're going to end up in a 15-minute city, and we're going to be locked in, and then it's going to be too late. Then everyone's going to scream, and no one's going to be able to get out of it.
I would love to see them make me try and do that. That would be a hilarious sight to see.
This is the agenda, and it's happening. They're already, what did he say? They've already started travel restrictions from the 4th of August. Have you know about that? It's on my Instagram.
Really?
For anybody that hasn't seen it, it's on my Instagram. Yeah. So basically, if you go more than 3 times a year, on the 4th time, they're going to start investigating you, whether you've gone for business, pleasure, or...
What, out of the country, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, right, wow.
Investigating you for what?
It's on my Instagram.
I did see a
Travelling.
couple of videos being shared about little man Starmer, sausage Starmer, talking about it. Go on, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this yesterday's one was with Trump, and this morning's one that I found, I posted today. It's already got 5,000 views. I think less than an hour. It's another joke. I mean, why is this not happening? Why are we not told about this? Like, they had a referendum for Brexit. Why is it that they can make plans and not tell us these plans?
It's like, what, to investigate people if they travel?
Well, to investigate people if you're travelling, you've got this ID thing. Now you can't spend. This morning's one is about, you cannot spend, if you spend over £1,000 for a sofa, for an iPhone, you're going to be, the information is going straight to the revenue. And they're setting up an own task force and asking as to why. If you want to use cash, you have to show your ID card.
What was that? So if I spend over £1,000 from today, well, I just did that.
From
issue.
January the 1st, 2026.
I was about to say I just bought a sofa. Am I going to get the HMRC?
No, but this is all control.
Yeah.
This is total control.
So what do they actually investigate you for then? What are they?
Why are you
HMRC,
spending the money?
Looking into your accounts and
Looking
stuff.
at your finances.
Yeah.
So,
And what
in case,
exactly are they looking for?
well, money laundering and all the other stuff. People,
Well, how much you're making, innit? Like,
People-
saying, like what you spill, where you getting the money from, all that sort of
people
stuff.
abusing the welfare state, universal credit.
They've been doing that on
Except-
eBay for the past, like 6 months now. Where if you get any sort of payments for over like £1,500, you have to send the details to HMRC and they do.
But just be
Yeah,
$1,000.
I heard
It's
about
1,000. It will be 2026.
January said it's-
eBay's
I did
been
hear
doing it
about
for
that,
ages,
yeah.
and it's like, what the hell? So you can't even sell your things in your own house without eBay tracking you down, without HMRC tracking you down and that.
I mean, it's just.
It is mad that they're doing all these systems, and they had the
Diabolical.
referendum. They had the referendum for that for that. Is that a referendum? Isn't
A
it?
referendum's basically a vote for one particular issue.
By the
Brexit,
public.
but then they do all these other things and they never ask us about it. They're not saying if they could do it for that Brexit thing, why don't you do it for all these big decisions?
Exactly.
It doesn't make any
This
sense.
is what I'm going to do. When I set up City, let me tell you what City is. CITY. Nobody in history has ever thought of an acronym for City. Communication or community, right? Infrastructure, you're building. Transition, you're moving, hopefully up. And youth, the kids. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's a family, country, and a city. These are the four things that we need. They use the word manifesto. Oh, I will do this, I will do that. People are not interested in what you would do because you never do it. Then with City, I've created 4 goals. Transparency, not secrecy. Prosperity, not poverty. Homeowners, not homeless. And champions, not criminals. What else do you need? Now, within those 4 groups and the acronyms of City, you've got all of the things to fix. From the NHS to number 10, it's all broken. There is money disappearing like you cannot believe. Why is it that the mayor's office, in April 2024, he was minus 15.4 billion? You know yourself, he gets 18.1 billion a year.
Well, it was more than that.
No, it's 18.1 billion a year. He
It's
gets
21 billion he got, didn't he? For
Well-
the 2024 term, it was 21.
No, it wasn't. It was 18.1. I remember because by April it was minus 15.4. How's that? Minus.
Well, I think
And there were 4 bonds maturing.
they announced the budget. It was shortly after the election.
Unless they-
Shortly before the election day.
Yeah.
And it was 21.4 billion for the year 2024.
Okay, still went down to minus 15.4. How's that for you?
But they got to pay for all the police and all that sort of stuff as well, innit? That's all going to come out of it. That's what the minus was about, right?
I mean, policing and crime is one of.
I mean,
massive
come on.
expense.
What else is there?
You're meant to build a city, right? You're meant to build a city, make it grow, and make money out of it. That's the whole idea.
He's got to pay the NHS. He's got to pay the.
No, not the
no,
Mayor of
no,
London's
no.
offices.
Right,
Right, so
NHS
what
isn't
about
there.
what? So who's he got to pay? So where
Policing
that
and crime,
15 billion
housing.
going?
Yeah, there's a. If you go on the
Housing and
Mayor of
things.
London website, there's a list of the remit of power he has. List.
Yeah,
And there's
so
about
ba-
8 different things.
So basically,
controls transport. That's a big one.
Greater London Authority owns Transport for London. You know that little girl, Mary, whatever her name was,
Mary?
the CEO of Khan. She was the CEO of Khan for the GLA, and she's also something to do with TfL. So GLA owns TfL, right? And so imagine how much money from TfL comes in every single day. You're looking at 3 to 5 million a day minimum, right? And that's a lot of money there. Then you've got all the rents. Then you've got all the rates. Then you've got other businesses. Then some of the skyline has been sold as well. But the point I'm making is that when you look at the figures, there's minus 15.4 billion pounds all the time. All the money is gone. And the same thing is happening in the councils. All the money is gone. And they're in a deficit. And how can you run a country when your councils are bankrupt? You tell me that. This is it's an absolute disgrace. It's disgraceful that. The other thing I did was I took 49 people off the streets of London myself, and it took me 9 months to do it. Because I used to have them fed and stuff like that, and it took me time to make friends with them and everything else. By the time I did all of this stuff, I managed to get them to the council, and they were not happy with me. I've told this a million times, and when I got them to the council. This lady called the police 16 times on me, and I brought 49 people there as well. They were dirty and smelly, I understand, but they came in the black cabs, and when they came in, I said to them, please just stay behind me. Don't say any words. If I get arrested, don't say any words, just stay quiet. And so when this police officer came in, 2 inspectors, 1 sergeant, and 7 police officers, coupled with, because she said they've got guns, they've got arms and all this stuff. And like, I'm just in my suit, and little old me, you know. And when I walked in, he looked at me and I thought, oh God, I'm going to have it hammered now. And he just was really angry with her because she was hammering the phone 16 times to say that they're going to destroy our city, our council. And there's all these people. But they didn't say a word, the guys. They were just standing behind me. 3 women, 46 men. It's a lot, I understand, but
Which council did you take them to?
I'd rather not say at the moment.
So when you brought them to the council offices, what was the intention? What were you hoping to get?
I was
from
hoping to
that?
get them a place, and when this police officer, he got angry, and I know he said that if I ever hear from you again or your team, I will personally come and arrest you all because you wasted our time. You need to sort this man out with you. So I then asked him, I said, officer, can you please call the CEO downstairs? Because this is the guy that's in charge of the council here. And this man came reluctantly downstairs, tall guy. I could see he was like nervous, very nervous. And I said, look, you have two choices. Either you resign today or tomorrow, because this is not my job. These people are all paying people. They were paying taxes to the system. And what did they get on the street? And you walk past them every day. So this is what you must do. And apparently he resigned the next day. I then went to see the lady, and she became a bit nicer to me. Cut a long story short, I got them £750 universal credit. I got them an iPad. I got them a place to stay. Now, the place to stay is the worst thing that you can think of. When the last person moved in, they all stayed in hotels for a little while. Now, within 6 weeks, literally within 6 weeks,
The council put them in hotels.
yeah.
Wow.
I insisted that they do that because they were putting boat people in there, and I said, these are our people. You need to house them now. I'm not leaving this council till you do something. And so they stayed with me there. They didn't say a word, these guys. And eventually she got them into some hotels. And then
So the usual process for homeless and
homeless.
sleeping rough people is a thing called shelter. So we've had.
I know shelter. I was
They have to pay. What is it, 18 or 17 pound a night? I remember we spoke about this in the Viral. Do you not think it would have been better just to take them straight to shelter? And
You wanted to get them permanently home.
permanently home. Yeah.
And so let me tell you this. Every person that moved in, I knocked on the door of the neighbour and I said, these guys been off the street. You please look after them. I don't know how traumatic they are now or not, but I've changed their world for them. They're going to live in a place.
Wait, whose house did you knock on?
The neighbours, each neighbour.
What, in your area?
No, where they were housed.
Oh, where they were housed.
So the point I'm making to you is 49 places were given to them, right?
All right.
Every person I knocked on the last door of I said, can I ask you one question? How long have these places been empty? Because they look like no one's lived there for quite a while. He said, mate, what are you talking about? They've been empty for 5 years. Everybody said the same thing.
Wow.
So that's the point I want to make to you. What is this system that we have that we can allow migration? That's another story we're going to talk about, but they don't put our people first. These were paying people, lost their houses and everything else, and families, and ended up on the street on drugs and all types of stuff. And they were English, all different nationalities. There was Muslims, there was Greeks.
So did they actually try and go and do that themselves? That they tried to go to the council and tried to do what you did for them?
No,
Well, that's
they
probably
didn't.
what it is then.
They actually didn't. I woke
They need
up
to go
one
and-
morning with a sore head because after losing the election, I just decided not to do anything anymore. And then I don't know. I felt really bad, and I know I had a feeling in my head that I have to help people. So I said, okay. I woke up and I was like, "You're going to the council with me." What do you mean? We don't want to go. We're scared. We don't want to. I said, no, I'm going to book the cabs. The night before I spoke to all of them and I said, you get ready in the morning. I don't care what you do. You get in that cab and you come to the council and I'll meet you there.
49 people. So what did you have, like 10
Seven,
cabs?
7 cabs, I think it was.
Oh, good. Damn.
So, but the point I'm making is that all of these places were empty.
Yeah.
I got them 2 years.
Where, in London or outside London?
No, it's in London, all in the borough.
All in London?
Yes.
Oh, shit. 49 houses?
Flats, studios.
Oh
That's
my
all they were.
God.
But they're empty.
That's
There's
crazy.
loads like this. This is not.
These council properties are.
Yeah, and the thing is this, right? When these councils, I only learned this recently, but when you go to the councils and you're in a 1-bedroom and you need a 2-bedroom, had a baby or something, they make you sweat. You've got to go through this system and bid for the room, the house, the property.
Yeah,
And 9 times out of 10, you don't get it. I mean, I've got a friend of mine is in the City of Westminster Council. He's just had a baby. He's got 2 kids already older, 6 and 7, something like that. And I don't know where he's sleeping. It's a 1-bedroom flat. This is disgusting. And he was happy to go and buy a place, but he's on what you call temporary housing for the last 12 years. Temporary housing. This is the welfare state that we created in this country. My priority is, if I become Prime Minister or I set up this organisation, I want everyone to get into prosperity, not poverty. That's why I created prosperity, not poverty. Why do you want to live? Why do you want to live hand to mouth? You don't know. You could be 3 months away from bankruptcy, from a check, from anything. Anything can happen tomorrow.
But you know your system though, yeah? Isn't it, doesn't it, there's a lot of people that just try to take the piss out of these sorts of things. If you give people so much like free stuff, won't people just take the piss after a little while?
No.
Aren't people taking the piss now?
Listen,
I think 49 people that definitely need help, yeah, but there is a lot more people that don't, and they're just taking
I haven't done any more. I to be honest with you, I was tired. I literally got no sleep.
Aren't you worried that you just put these systems in place and the people just abuse them though?
Well,
It
listen,
makes people lazy.
They
as
would
well.
never have got it. If I didn't turn
yeah.
up there and the police didn't come, they would never have got it. I'm telling you, no chance.
Now those people, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm talking about all the rest of it.
But yeah, they do take the mickey. This is why all these things are coming in controls, because they want to see people on universal credit going to buy an iPhone. For example, they're getting £1,500 a month or £2,000 a month and all of this stuff. Why do we need to pay them when we can put people into prosperity? We don't need to do this. This is England. England used to rule the world, had all these countries under its belt, head of the Commonwealth, all of this stuff. What happened? What happened is money goes. You know, and the thing is this, that I had a plan in my brain. I had 200 of the best business people ready to go and launch ourselves to the rest of the world, bring England back, bring the country back, bring London back, and make money. Now, when I run City, I want to turn City into a complete business for the whole country. I want to bring so much money in, trillions and trillions, and we pay all our stuff, we fix all our things, and if there's money left over, we give it to our people. Because government should be working for you, not working against you, not working to you, for you. You gave them the vote. That vote, and I've always said, the biggest mistake everybody's made in this country and everywhere in the world is your vote is free. Do you get anything for free? Yeah. If you paid £1 or $1 and the party you voted for or organisation you voted for came in and they reimbursed you that money, for example, you bought your vote, it's yours, in your private space. What do you get? You get a pencil and a piece of paper, and you get this little woody box, and you throw it in there.
I mean, that's highly illegal, isn't it? You're not allowed to pay for votes. Imprisonable offence, isn't it?
No, it's not about paying for votes. It's about adopting something to own a vote.
But what
it's
would be the
your
difference,
vote.
though? You don't feel like you're entitled. That is your ownership as being like
Exactly.
But I mean, like, what
You own that
What
vote, it's
difference would
yours.
it be if you paid £1 for it or just didn't? Because you feel like if you're part of this country and you pay your taxes, that is you paying for your vote, right?
I think what would be the best thing to have done is to have charged £1, 99p, whatever, and when the voting had expired, finished, it was reimbursed. Let's say it that way.
What's the point of that, though?
The point is that, look, you own something, okay? Do you get anything for free? I asked you that question.
Oh, so you mean the actual electorate pays to vote?
Yeah, at least you pay for something. You go to a shop and you get a coffee for £1. You pay, right?
Yeah.
There'd probably be a lot less
And,
votes, though.
and after 10 coffees,
I said there'd be a lot
well, I
less
don't know. Look,
making people pay to vote. Wow.
well, no, I'm just saying to you, it's an example. But I'm saying to you only if we had, say, the electronic systems in our hand. This system of putting a pen and pencil and paper, a scrappy piece of paper with an X, is not good. You can see what happens, right? Starmer the night before.
A modern, digital.
Yeah, Starmer
electronic
the night
system.
before changed all of the people that Sunak had, the counting people, that same night. I mean, do you remember I don't know if you remember the old movies back in the day, the black and white ones where they go in this van and they go into this place and then these other boxes come out and they go back and then they get to this
switcheroo.
counting. Yeah, switcheroo it should be called. Yeah, and I'm not sure, but just explain to me, where is the concept of having a scrappy piece of paper and a pencil?
Well,
for your votes.
I do actually remember the very first meeting we had at City Hall. That was, I think, in November 2023. I do remember actually you bringing up a point about corruption in the election process. I don't know why that's just popped back into my head now. So do you feel like the actual election process, the voting, casting of votes, there was corruption?
How do you think Khan won the votes?
Well, I'm going to give my honest opinion here, is I don't think the actual voting system itself was corrupted. Have you been to one of the counts before?
No, I haven't been.
So, well, I actually did it. So one of the biggest counting venues, locations in North London is just around the corner here, Alexandra Palace. So I actually wanted to go and inspect, see for myself. Being a candidate, you get sort of VIP access in there.
Yeah.
It's a highly guarded, it almost feels like some sort of military zone. There's a lot of police officers there. There's a lot of people watching counting, and the people that are actually counting are just regular people. Walking through the count location, I actually know, I spotted about 4 or 5 different people that I know personally that were, because it's you basically volunteer to do that service, and it's just a mixture of loads of people from, that borough or another borough. And, there was a lady that trains in the gym there. I was like, hi, how you doing? Right, So I don't believe that the counting process is corrupted. However,
well, by the time it gets there, we don't know, do we?
Well, there is the point from the polling stations to get to the count locations. However, again, those processes are quite highly guarded, and again, this is just my honest opinion. Again, to sort of sabotage. How many polling stations were in London? We're getting into thousands.
Yeah.
To sabotage thousands of.
You think about that though. If that thing that you talked about from the polling station to the thing, if you had that all set up, you had loads of cars all marked off in the way that you wanted. You paid off the driver. That's probably the best way you want to do it.
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying my honest opinion is, and believe me, I will be the first motherfucking person to go and flamethrower the whole shit down if I thought it was corrupted. But my honest opinion is I don't think the actual counting and the casting of votes and the polling stations were corrupted.
So where do you think the corruption comes from then?
We all know where I've said this a million times. The corruption is way before the voting started. The corruption is when the parties are created. You've got the 2 main parties, Reds and Blues, like a football club. You subscribe to the party. You're a member of that party. You go on the website. You go on the Labour's website.
What he's basically saying is what I said with the before the system started.
So you go on Labour's website,
because the average person,
you press join now, you can donate, you become a part of that club. And then it doesn't, that once you've done that, people just genuinely don't care about the manifesto, the policies, what that party's doing.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh yeah, I'm a member of this club. My auntie of my granddad's has been a Labour for as far as I can bloody remember.
So much.
Not going to happen
and
anymore.
then you ask that person, what's your favourite thing that little man Khan is manifesting in his manifesto of policies, and they just go.
He doesn't have a clue.
Because I can promise you, I asked thousands of people that question while out on the streets.
Let me tell you this. Do you know where Khan got the votes?
I've heard you say it. Go on.
Right. He, in April, before the election, there was going to be a strike. Big strike in London, train strike. I don't know if you remember.
I remember it well. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So he paid 30 million. They wanted 30 million, so-called 30 million. Right? Just before the election.
Tube drivers to
Just before the election. What do you think happened? He didn't get any vote. Listen, when I got 7,000 names, I knew from 7,000 names, I asked people, are you going to vote for him, or do you want to vote for somebody else? Do you want to vote for me? I'm going to do this and that. And they said, get him out. Every person, I didn't meet one person out of 7,000 names that actually said, oh yeah, I'm going to vote for Khan. I'll vote for Mr. Khan. No, there was no one. I wasn't even in his constituency, in Tooting even. I was at the mosque there, his place. And he bought the votes because there's no way he got 1 million votes.
Do we know how many TfL staff are in?
Plenty.
Who's like that?
Do you know how many unions there are? How many members of the
Because
unions?
I spoke to TFL staff myself, and I'm very well aware that they favoured Khan because he pays
Well,
them very well.
you wouldn't have got any votes from them because they were
28,000.
even the
How many?
police.
28,000.
So that's quite a small percentage.
It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing.
So even if he got all
He
28,000
got a
votes-
million, just under a million votes, didn't he? Yeah, he just got 1,019,000 votes, I think it was.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, if
Something
he,
like that.
even if he did get, all of those 28,000 votes,
London
I think I
didn't
still
vote for
would-
him.
I still would have beat him.
London
But
didn't
I
vote.
don't think that is what won him the race. Again, this is my belief and my opinion. The way these parties stay in power, the Reds or the Blues, is because they're well-established parties. They've already got their subscribed voters. It doesn't matter what they do; they'll always have those people.
Listen,
that
when I
always
was
vote.
going round the boroughs,
go on, sorry.
sorry, when I was going around the boroughs, everyone wanted Labour. Oh, we're going to vote for Labour. We're going to vote for Labour.
We didn't get that.
We didn't get that at all.
Yeah, but do you know what? Though? Wasn't
We
you
didn't-
so surprised when he got 1.5
Yeah,
million votes?
it was 1.1.
Like,
It was
sometimes
1.1, but yeah,
help but feel like
No,
he did get
He just got over a million.
Yeah, it was just
Either
under
way,
1.1
whatever,
million. But
when we went around, no one was talking about him, and it just felt like there was some sort of corruption going on.
Yeah, of course it
Like,
was.
It didn't make any sense. The way that people didn't like him, they weren't on him. We
But
talked to
this
so
is
many
the thing. This is what I was about to go and say. Remember, the population of London is just a little bit under 10 million. The turnout of the vote was just a little bit over 2 million. So that means
Not even that.
Yeah, well, it was about 2.5 million. But anyway, that means roughly about, only a quarter of London actually voted. And then you've got to look at who is actually registered to vote. I think it's only about 4 or 5
That's the
million.
problem.
Only 4 or 5 million are registered to vote. So of those who live in London who are registered to vote, only half of them actually voted. And then you have to remember, all those that voted, there's a high percentage of people that just do not even care what is going on. They're just going to vote red or blue because that's what their auntie and then the general consensus around London, as we all know here, is that they hate Reds, they hate Blues, they hate all of the parties. Everyone's very dissident. Everyone's very anti-politics. They want something different. However, they're so disconnected from that system. They don't believe that someone like me or you could ever take office. They don't believe in independent. They're like, the system is all corrupt. And I honestly, I understand that from the bottom of my heart. However, it's that very mentality is what keeps them in power. Because if one day every single dissident in London decided, right, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm going to go and register to vote and I'm going to cast my vote for Shyam or myself or, an independent candidate, the parties would be fucked. They would be fucked. They wouldn't win. And
That's
they wouldn't
coming.
stay in
That time
power.
is coming now.
But the thing is, they thrive. These parties thrive on people saying, I don't believe they could win. No, it's all corrupt. It's all stuff. I'm not voting. I'm going to rip my paper. Or I'm going to, whatever. That's what keeps them in power. That is the corruption. That is literally how they win. My honest opinion is the counting, and there's really not, some, horrible movie where they're pouring buckets of votes
Look,
into
listen,
that. I don't believe that happens.
I got 7,000 names out of everyone. They said they don't like him. I don't know why.
Yeah, that we literally, Donnie was there with me all the time.
Yeah.
All you had to do is just walk down the street and say, excuse me, I'm running for mayor. I hate Sadiq Khan. They'd be like, give me the paper, I'll write it down. Like, that's literally all you had to
This is what we were doing, yeah. So we were saying, vote for mayor, vote for Andreas for mayor, and they walk away and go, get Khan out, and they go, hey, and they turn around. They turn around every single time. That was the thing that we
I
used
even
to
went
get
to the bus
turn
stops.
around.
The bus stops were really good.
Everywhere, yeah. We spent the whole of April, from the 1st of April up until the 1st of May, the day before the election. We literally spent it every single day on the streets. I had a campaign.
It was
but
nice. I liked it.
I really enjoyed it. Oh, was you out as well then? Or?
Well, I didn't know what was going to happen, did I? Until the 27th. I still went out
27th
seeing
of
people
March.
and stuff. Yeah. I look. I'm not going to give up on people. I'm still doing my stuff. You've seen my videos. I've got lots of shows, lots of videos. I don't care about the shows and videos. I care about our people because I know where we're heading, and we're not heading to a good place. And as much as you might want to discard it, because I didn't believe that there would be corruption. As stupid as I was then thinking that, running for mayor, it's going to be okay. It's up to the people. But no, there's a plug there. There's a sinkhole there. Something's going to go wrong. It's going to happen.
Are you guys going to run for mayor again? Is this up? What you
I
saying?
think I am
2028.
I think you guys should join me. You should join our organisation, and we go in.
I think you
and
guys
we
should
become
join me.
MPs, and we become MPs. Now I've got the organisation said, and the beauty of this organisation is going to be for everyone. It's not going to be a party. Party is for fun.
But organisation,
What does that
point,
word
same
party
thing, innit?
mean?
You're going to do an organisation, though, isn't it?
I'm creating an organisation, not a party.
But they're
Party is
essentially
for
the same
fun.
thing, right?
No, it's not.
Parties for fun.
Yeah, what did they do in COVID? Conservative Party.
I mean, we partied, didn't we? I was doing bloody house parties every day. I was,
Yeah,
I
you
had
see?
the gym open all the time.
I mean,
COVID,
he's sitting-
COVID didn't exist in my world.
Johnson's sitting in the hospital, laughing his head off, having drinks and all that, and people think he's dying. I mean, how corrupt can you be? How sick can you be? You know, this country is going one way, and that is to put us into a corner. And I'm not having it. It's not going to happen under my watch. I'm not going to do it. There's no
So
way.
you are going to run for mayor then?
Well, no.
2028.
No, well, I mean, I want to run for an MP now. I want to build our company,
Which
our
constituency
organisation.
are you planning on taking?
I don't know. I want to jump in anywhere I can.
Is it going to be a London constituency or?
Could be, I don't know. Could be, yeah. But the thing is this, that even if you get in, you're told what to do, and I don't want to be told what to do.
Well, it depends. If you're a part of a party, then you're told by a party.
We're going to
If
try
you're
and
an
keep.
independent candidate,
We're going
then-
to try and keep this organisation as an independence organisation.
I mean, there is some quite successful independent MPs out there at the moment. There's one just around the corner,
Yeah.
Corbyn. I think he's quite a successful, very far left leaning. However, very
Yeah.
good man. I believe in. His,
I tell you this: doesn't matter who you go to, they're all going to step in the shoes of Starmer, and we're not doing that. We're going to
I
change.
don't think Corbyn.
The
is-
whole system needs to be changed. You can't do
He's actually
anything.
doing the same thing you're planning. He's set up a new party at the moment.
Well,
He's
he
already
is,
had
but-
over 600,000 subscribers
Hell.
to join. Yeah, he's doing
Has he?
all right. Yeah.
How do you know that? Where's the proof?
Well, I mean, he
Well,
said it himself.
where's the proof? There's no proof.
Could be lying. Never know.
What's his name? Farage says he's got 250,000 people in there, and so on and so forth. So imagine this: if he got the 100,
my opinion again, I actually think he has
if he got the 100 million, he wouldn't be sitting there.
100 million. What? Sorry.
What from Elon Musk?
Oh right, you mean money?
He would have gone in the sunset. These guys are MRA champions. They love the MRA. Yeah. I mean, Richard Tice went on Andrew Marr's show, was it? And said, "Oh yes, I believe in the mRNA." And now they're U-turning. About
mRNA.
Oh,
Chile-
mRNA. You mean the?
I was like,
Vaccine.
what's mRNA?
The poison
I know what that is,
technology.
I know what that is.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I beg your
the
pardon.
clot shot technology.
And then suddenly he brings up Shalima Begum because his mate, who is a Muslim chap, says he was Indian when he went to Scotland, and he had a real bad time in Scotland, didn't he, Farage? So the thing is, right? You can talk the talk, but when you walk the walk and you've got no substance behind you, like they did in Brexit, what did they do in Brexit? They built a house, and what did they put in that house? Nothing. There was hot air, and everybody voted out. Who's going to fix things now? Too late. It's all done. But you can't do things like this. You run a business here, and you ask people to become a member of your gym, and you've got no equipment in there.
So was
How's
you
that work for you?
for or against Brexit?
No, it doesn't matter why I was against or for or Brexit. But
Did you vote in it?
yeah, of course I did. I probably did the same as you.
I never voted. I've never voted in my life. I only
did.
voted for myself in the recent elections.
But-
I've never even been on the
But that's not
electoral.
the point. The point I'm making to you is the system is corrupt. If the system's corrupt, you can get everybody in to do the same thing. David Lammy, he spent over £800,000 in expenses. Khan,
Personal expenses.
£26,000 on a lunch, 3 people.
Well, was it 800? When did he spend 800,000 pounds?
Lammy, he spent well
his
over.
personal expenses or.
I don't know whether it's personal business. I mean, I can't see
Well, I
a
kept track
one
of
man.
Lammy's expenses over COVID, and he was one of the most. I think it was like 230 something thousand. There's websites because they have to declare it all. And
It's all wrong.
Lammy's only round the corner. This is talking.
My
about-
brother, this is the people's money. You're forgetting one thing. This is all our money. Soon as the taxes are paid, they're going to the IRS in the USA. Soon as the taxes are paid, they give you a bill on the street for parking your car. This is your country. This is all the money is from us, our money, and we got no transparency or where it's going. Look, the other day Starmer said oh, we've got 22. We were left a 22 billion black hole. Yeah, but you can suddenly find 300 million for Ukraine. Yeah, and why couldn't the Conservatives?
Well, I think it's
why couldn't the
offered a
Conservatives
far
stand
more
up
than
in the Parliament and say, we're really sorry for the last 14 years of damage we caused you. Please give us a chance to make it better. We will do this, this, and this. No, but they go in and be big-headed. The people don't like these people anymore. This word party is for fun. The word party is for fun.
Well, I think that is why Reform are probably going to do very well at the.
I don't think so. No chance. They're steering. Look, they've just got this kid in, 19 years old, head of Warwickshire Council, 2 billion mandate. That has. I just can't believe it. It's Reform started off in a rush, like everybody else in the election, because Sunak gave it away. He had his own reasons for giving it away, and so he gave it away. And what happened? Everybody just went nuts. Nobody wanted to vote for. Everybody turned to Farage and Labour. Labour. It was all Labour. Labour was the machine. Because I remember speaking to quite a few other people on there. And they said, "No, we're going to vote for Labour. We're going to vote for Labour." Okay, fine, no problem. But what about Khan? Isn't he bad? Well, that might change something.
Most people don't actually even know who the candidate is.
Most people don't understand why they're voting. What are they voting for?
Yeah.
And we've got to think about City, the last bit, youth, the kids. This is all about the children. Everything we do now, as we're adults and we have our own families, is for our kids. This is what we're now planning. You're raising them to become somebody. And so when they come in and they find this type of system going on, we're going to collapse. This is going to end very, very badly. And the way things are going with the illegal people that are coming here, I've said many times, these are foot soldiers from the United Nations. The treaty was signed in 2019, long time ago, with over 195 countries in the world. People are screaming, "Oh, why are they coming in here? They're coming in here because they're undocumented. They're coming in here for a reason. They're staying in hotels. They've got all types of things in their hotels. I know you know what I'm talking about.
What?
I mean, this is like a joke. They've got all military
Wasn't this the whole
stuff.
reason he was meant to leave Brexit? Wasn't this the push? That's what it was all pushed for, like
To stop
people from coming in. It seems like we've got more
Do you
than we've
remember-
ever had.
Do you remember
after
the
I don't
European-
know. Was that the actual reason?
I think that's what a lot of people that I asked. What do you want in Brexit?
Do you remember the
man,
European
these
Union?
immigrants, like, and then it just flipping.
They said they were going to build an army. Where's that army? Here it comes.
Which one?
The European Union said they were going to build an army years ago. Where is it? And now it's coming because they're all coming here. They're not just coming here. They're coming in Italy, in India, in China, in Mexico. They're all over the place.
Well, there's
they're
a couple of countries
everywhere.
that have got their immigration right under control. Poland's doing extremely
Well, they're not.
well.
There's a lot of these immigrants in Poland. They don't tell you the truth.
I think they're doing really well.
You can go like legally. It's
Yeah,
about
legal
asylum
immigration.
Because like anyone,
But
who
they're
ain't
illegal
documented-
immigration.
Yeah,
They have
If you're coming
tight borders,
by a
man.
plane to Heathrow Airport or Stansted or wherever, and you got your papers and said, "I'm being persecuted. I really need to seek political asylum here," and then you're going to be put through the system. But here, there's no system being put through. These are undocumented people coming off a boat. There's a reason for it. Think about it.
That's the problem, though. That's the big problem. Isn't
But
it?
we are the last part of the shore that they're coming. And when you got to realise this, there wasn't 60 people on the boat. There was maybe 1,000, 3,000 waiting in France, from Germany, from Italy, from Spain, from everywhere. Once they got their quotas every week.
They started. Kirsten was doing something with the French president, though. Like,
Yeah,
Prime
what?
Minister.
They're gonna party.
Did you see that thing they were talking about to stop that though? They actually put something in place now.
You think something's going to happen?
Did you see that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I can't remember exactly what it is.
I don't believe
Did you
it.
see that?
Yeah, Macron with Macron. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, here in London, and I'm sure you can both appreciate this as well. We have a very, very multicultural society here.
We do. We have a
And
very
it's
much control.
a very, very left-leaning, politics. People on the political compass. So in London, the general consensus is everyone is welcome. Are you of that same consensus, or are you?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, we need. Look, every country in the world you go to, there's a complete different composition. It's all the same. You know, we encourage people that have got degrees and can help us to build our city and country and things to come over. Why are we losing? Why are we losing all our nurses and doctors to Australia? Because they're giving them triple the money. That's why. And some people. Like a friend of mine is a heart surgeon. He said, "Shyam, I've done all my stuff. I feel really bad, but they're offering me double money. I'm going to Australia. I'm taking my family and I'm going." I said, I've been to the hospitals. They don't want to pay me, and I've qualified at a high level, and I'm good at what I do. And he's there. They even gave him a house. But what would you do? I mean, at the end of the day, you want good migration. You want good people to come to your country. What did our Indians do? The Greeks, Italians, what did we all do? Our families came here and worked like dogs, dirty jobs, everything. No one was in high-rise jobs and everything. They were all in the dirty, smelly jobs and stuff. Like the Indians were all in Heathrow Airport cleaning and all types of things, but they built their lives and they contributed to a system. The question is that when these systems are created, the money that they're collecting is not even told to us. Britain doesn't even have an account system. There used to be London PLC. There used to be a United Kingdom or London PLC, I've forgotten. But there was one of those there where they showed what they were doing in the world. Every country must have transparency, not secrecy. Every country in the world has secrecy, not transparency, because they know that they can buck the system. They can go and put £5 million next week in Africa's offshore bank account somewhere. Why has Nigel Farage got offshore bank accounts and he wants to be a prime minister? This is a joke.
I think a lot of MPs have got assets abroad.
If you are for the people, then stand for the people, work for the people, show them that you care. They don't want to. They're showing us. Starmer yesterday sat with Trump. He said, "I've got free speech in my country." And Starmer said, "Oh, what did Mayor of London say the other day on Saturday? Oh, we've got free speech in England. We're happy that we've got free." What a load of lies. You can say something wrong and a door knocks on your house and you've got to go to prison because you said burn a house down or whatever it was like that lady did. I mean, in anger, there was a lot of tension last year with the riots that happened. Those poor little girls got murdered. What do you want to do? Sit at home and just have a cup of coffee and smile? Everyone was there. And what happens when you kill children? Your whole family dies. Everyone dies with it. Everything goes wrong. And the whole country went nuts. You know, and this is a reoccurring subject. No one's doing anything about it. This government really makes me angry because we have 600 MPs, which we don't need. We need probably 300, 250 in the whole country. We don't need this amount of people. Wastage of money, constantly. Everything that we're doing is dissipating. I mean, Khan, when he left, the last election, there were 4 bonds maturing, right? And you say 21 billion. Okay, whatever it is. The fact of the matter is there is no transparency. Money is just being eroded, and we don't know how. Apparently, I heard, and I don't know if it's correct, the ULEZ cars that were being sold, all the logbooks were going to him.
I think
it was written in the paper.
They actually donated them to the Ukraine, didn't they?
Really? Oh, yeah, sure.
Damn.
Just like they donated 300 million the other day. I mean, come on, look, listen. Our country needs us. We need to fix our country. Why do we have to give 300 million to Ukraine? What are we getting for it? Even the people from Ukraine are fed up of that guy Zelensky. He's made himself very wealthy. Very, very wealthy. But I say country first, country first, country first, always. Because our country first is all our people and our families. It's us. We are the country. And we are being treated like... when you've got knife crime here, as prevalent as it is, he gets an OBE. The most highest knife crime ever in this country in this year, and he gets an OBE. I'm fuming. I mean, what kind of man is this? That no one actually likes him. They repel against him. They don't realise that when you put these people into a position of power, they are working for you, me, us. They're working for us. We have every right to say, show us your books. This is our country. I'm paying taxes from my gym. And I don't know where my money's going, but it's my money.
That's what we should be protesting about, like getting them to show that transparency.
The thing is, people are too lazy to look because the information is there. It's publicly available. Yeah,
well, you can protest as much as you like.
He said it's already there, though.
It's publicly available.
Yeah, but what's it going to do for you?
But I mean, you're saying transparency, but transparency's there. So why? How can we not look?
Well, this is what I'm going to start. I'm also chairman of International Human Rights in Africa, 54 countries. Human rights chairman. I'm going to bring transparency. One of the clauses in there is transparency.
But there's transparency here, he's saying already.
They show public finances. But that is the nature of the Mayor of London, and this is why a lot
Listen, they're going to print what they like. It doesn't mean it's true.
Well, no, there is processes in place. What
processes? You tell me. There's nothing but money dissipating.
I mean, I'm not.
There is black holes everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, the money is being spent incorrectly. I don't disagree with that, but the information is there to view. Is the point?
Where is it there to view, by the way?
It gets audited all the time, and this is the nature of the Mayor of London.
If it gets audited, why aren't they published?
So this is the
auditing means publishing as well. You can put them on Companies House. They won't do any of this because the money is dissipating everywhere. The thing is, it's like a water tap. It's just going wherever it needs to go. The police are underfunded. The police have the lowest salaries. I wanted to put the salaries up. I want to put the minimum wage up to at least anywhere between 15 and 20 quid. People can't live in London for £11 a month.
It's £12.21.
Or 12, wow, £12. I mean, come on. How can you live? Have you seen the rentals in London? And people are living in London because they're close to their work. You know, this is sick. You can't do this to a country that's supposed to be so-called number 5th richest in the world. Where's our wealth? Our friend, Mr. Charles has plenty of it. You know, this is all wrong.
He's not my friend.
This all needs to be smashed and rebuilt again from the very beginning.
Which brings me nicely onto the next topic. We're not going to be all doom and gloom today.
No.
Let's
talk something positivity.
Let's talk something a bit more positive. So, Shyam, if you were to win the election last year, May the 2nd, you became Mayor of London. I never actually got a chance to actually have a look. Did you publish a manifesto? Did you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You did. Let's hear about your manifesto. Let's hear about what you would have done.
Well, my manifesto was City, the same thing.
Yeah.
Communication, infrastructure, transparency, not secrecy. I wanted to make people prosperous, rich. That was my main goal. So I had a plan I've got 3 hedge funds at the time, and they said to me that if I win, they're going to pledge the money to me. And we were going to create this plan for, if people were paying £1,500 a month, times 12, divided by 4%, gives you about 600k. They would have got a loan for 600,000, and they would have been paying the same rental income that they would have been paying but owning a house this time.
What? So who gets that? Who can get that in your?
That's what I was going to do.
Yeah, who's entitled to that in your?
All the Londoners.
Parallel. So you would have funded that with the Mayor of London's budget?
No, I would have funded it with some extra outsourcing people. You know, hedge funds, some family offices. I had money available.
Would you know what the figure of that would have been? The total?
Well, it would have been an average of 600,000 for somebody's house. But the thing is, all we wanted was 6 months proof that you are paying your rental income to somebody.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and because look, the soil you walk on, the land you live in is yours. You are the people, we are the people. Why is it that we have to have loans? Like in COVID, let's just go to
that's
COVID.
The nature of the central banking system in modern day.
In Germany,
economics.
Merkel gave every household between £25,000 and £50,000 in COVID. What did we get? We got loans, bounce back loans, this loan, C-bills. And do you know how many people are suffering to pay it back now? Because of the rates have gone up as well. A lot of people don't want to pay it anymore.
What, the bounce back loans?
Yeah. Why would you listen?
They were fixed at, I can't remember the...
No, 0% for the first year. That's it.
But then it was the amount after that was fixed, wasn't it? So I think the max.
No, it
if you
wasn't
say,
fixed.
for example, you took out 50,000. If you had, what was it, 25 per company because you needed to. Own
No,
the
it wasn't
company.
fixed. It went up. It's got a lot of people. I've got clients now who are paying 7-8%, and I've done deals with a lot of the banks and written off their debts because they can't afford it. And a lot of companies went folded as well, just took the money. So the point I'm making is that other countries were giving the money away because this was a pandemic that we didn't cause, that was caused for us, to
You
us.
believe there was a pandemic?
Of course there was.
There was.
What are you dreaming? Well, you think it just happened out of the air?
So
It was designed.
you probably don't know anything
And the other thing
about
is,
this.
there's a guy called Mark Steele. Look him up on the
I
internet.
know who he is.
Yeah,
I've had the long conversations with him.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, Mark.
Yeah, so he believes the ULEZ cameras are military.
They're
military
bioweapons.
grade
That's right.
Weapons. Yeah.
That's right. He's right. And the COVID has metal particles in you, in your arms.
I've heard it. All.
So yeah. So you know what it is.
Yeah.
The point I'm making is
But you
that,
believe that there really was a pandemic.
of course, there was. They designed it. They created it.
Okay.
I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't know when it was going to happen. Because I was already told in 2019, I think September, October of that year, but I never believed it.
I am sorry. I just wanted to go back to that figure. Yeah, it's actually 1,620,000,000,000. That's how much that would have worked out. Because it's
What's that?
2.7.
your city
There's
project.
2.7 million people paying rent in London, and 600 grand each is that much money.
Yeah, that's right.
That would be a big flip. What kind of hedge funds you
Okay,
got?
but they're going to be paying. The
There's,
loans.
I don't
Oh,
believe
yeah,
there
okay,
is
okay.
any company in the world that has that amount.
What, 1 trillion?
Vanguard.
Vanguard and BlackRock don't. What they was the? Let's have a look quickly. How much they have?
What, Vanguard?
Yeah. Well, no, BlackRock. I think is the
BlackRock.
biggest. Yeah.
BlackRock's in chapter 11, isn't it? As far as I know.
So what? You said you had a hedge fund ready to.
I had
finance
3
that.
funds.
$11.5 trillion.
But we were only starting with London first. We weren't starting with...
But this is based on London figures. This
So
is,
I don't know.
They've got under management $11.5 trillion.
so that's the biggest asset management firm in the world.
Well, maybe.
Well, I mean, that is the
trillion.
biggest asset
So
management.
there's
120
There's
billion.
quite a few. There's 12 families controlling our earth right now.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying. So you had 3 companies that would have amounted. What was it? 1
These have-
point.
Huh?
What
Yeah,
was
but
the
we were
figure?
only doing
1.6
we were only doing London and
1
people that
trillion.
were on 1,500 a month. So but
So
people
you-
paying 1,500 a month rent, we were
Yeah.
going to give them.
But you
a
have
loan.
to give them the loan to get the house first, isn't it, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
So that means you have
you
to have
had
that money up
3
front.
No, it's a mortgage. It's a finance deal.
But don't you have to lend? You're the lender.
Well, I wasn't going to be the lender. They were going to be the lenders.
So
What
you
are you
had
giving
3
them?
lenders that amounted to over $1 trillion.
I don't know how much it is.
4.
I don't think it was 1 trillion. I think your figures are incorrect.
No, there's 2.7 billion people, a million people paying rent in London at the moment.
Yeah, but
I'm
that
saying if
doesn't
they all
mean
came
they
in,
were paying
yeah, exactly,
$1,500, is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
So
just
there's-
means, I
we
thought you
were-
meant. I
we
thought you
are-
give them
Most
that
of them
scheme.
are probably paying
Yeah,
that
yeah,
or
I mean,
more.
Yeah, the rules were
Rent
made-
in London is what's the average rent price?
One
in
bedroom yard at the moment is
London? About
1,400.
1,200.
What? No, 1,415.
Shows how long since I rented.
Oh, that's a big figure though. I don't. I just
Well,
wanted to-
that sounds like a massive
You see,
project
look,
you was
you
going to
see,
take
look.
on there.
You got to realise, okay, mortgage money is digital numbers. Banks don't have money in their accounts.
Well, that's how money's brought into circulation, isn't it?
Yeah.
We
So-
live in a debt-based economy, but that is a whole other whirlwind
But
to
the,
get
the,
into right
the
now.
point is that someone would have had a roof over their head
Yeah, no,
rather
of
than a
course.
rent over their head.
100%,
And-
and that is always going to be.
And that was a good plus for me to do that, because it's not about that. It's about bringing business in as well. I mean, I would have gone around the world to drum up business and bring it into London and England. It would have been amazing. What is Trump doing with these trade deals and stuff like that? He's bringing business in, isn't he?
Can't you just start that sort of organisation anyway now, and then just have
I'm
and
starting
get
it.
it done,
Yeah.
get the
No, it's going
money in
to
and
it's going to
start
run.
helping people.
We've already created WhatsApp groups for the councils. We've created doctor surgeries in there. We've created. These are all the things that are coming in, so people can gel with it. And if we charge, say, £75 a year for membership, it's not just a membership. It's you're mixing with people, job centres. There's things there that we can help them
How
with.
much you say? £75?
Maybe 75 a year, yeah.
Oh, a year, yeah. He said a month. I was like, wow, that's more than the actual.
No.
so
it's going to be
the
better,
city
yeah.
formed your manifesto.
City, yes.
So we've heard a little bit about your housing policies. Let's hear a little bit about what you would have done for policing and crime.
Policing, I would have put up the salaries. I believe that the serious services that we really need in our country, hospitals, police,
But
fire,
hospitals falls under the NHS, which isn't the Mayor of London's remit.
doesn't matter. I'm talking about the nurses and stuff. What do
But
they
the
get?
nurses-
They're on such low salaries, you have no idea.
But the Mayor of London doesn't pay the nurses.
He does within the London district. Yes, he does. It's all part of it. Yes.
Well, that is entirely new to me.
Yeah.
Never heard of that
It's all
before.
because
I was
remember,
under the impression it was
remember
the
we're
NHS
just a
that
city.
pays the nurses.
Manchester has its own budget. Birmingham has its own budget, and they cover a lot of things. So that's why you get the 21 billion. Because remember, there's incomes coming in from all types of sources as well. That we don't get to see this. You say that the accounts are audited. I looked at a lot of the accounts, and I can't make a head or tail when you calculate the figures how they've got to these figures. So they're not really running a business in a business. They're hiding a lot of stuff because they can, and they
So,
do.
Just to clarify,
I mean,
are you saying the Mayor of London pays the nurses in London?
He does, yeah. No, he doesn't pay. He gets a budget.
He gets a budget to pay nursing and NHS staff
Police, fire, ambulance.
and the nurses, or no?
Well, I don't know exactly who is paid to, but he has a budget for that. But what I'm saying to you is I would have put up the salaries for all of the businesses that are protecting us, helping us, right? And then I would have drummed up a lot of business. I had plans to drum up a lot of business, go to different countries, do deals with them, see if we could do business with each other, bring business in.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
did you
what-
cost those policies, putting up the salaries of the fire brigade, the police?
I did some brief stuff, but I mean that wasn't going to ever come forward. I mean, as I knew towards the end, I wasn't going to win. So, but the point is that at the end of the day, you got to look at this as a business, and no one's looked at it as a business. He's gone in, he hasn't done it. What about knife crime?
I think he does look at it as a business. Bloody hell.
Well, yeah, he's picking and choosing what he can have, and he's having it.
Yeah.
He's having the cake and eating it.
So what else did you have planned for policing and crime? We just mentioned knife crime.
No,
Did you
I
have any-
had a lady in North Chicago. I forgot her name. She's a CNN hero, and she eradicated gun crime in Chicago 80% over a long period of time. And she said, "I can come
She's
and help you."
eradicated it 80%.
Yeah.
So Chicago, I believe, got the highest
Got my phone.
Yeah, man. Murder
rate
rate.
of
North
murdering
Korea.
the whole of.
North Chicago. She did North Chicago. She didn't do Chicago, but I mean, look, she was really good, and she said, "Shyam, I can come and clean it up for you." I said, "I know," because look, I'll tell you a lot of things. Even the gangsters and the villains don't like Khan in London. There's so much disruption going on. I don't know if you went to County Lines. I went to see the gangsters and everything as well, with a life jacket, life vest on.
So the gangsters.
Gangsters.
Oh, the street.
Which
street
gangsters did
Yeah.
you?
Street
Which,
fathers. Did
the
they talk
County
about-
Lines, you know the.
Oh, right. No.
which gangsters did you meet?
Oh, I can't say, but I met.
Can't say.
They had hoodies on as well. I had my.
Gangsters wear hoodies these
They had
days.
these hoodies with eyes, you could see. That's about it. And when
Did
I
they-
went,
did they have
when I went
knives?
to see,
What did they have? Knives, guns?
They have eye patches.
yeah. No, I took my friends. They wouldn't come with me to the guys, and I said, the police said to me, "You can't go and see these type of people. Where we can't do anything about it." I said, "Well, what do you mean? If I get knifed, you're not going to come?" So I just took a risk, and I spent like 10 minutes arguing about. I said, "I'll take my jacket off, take off your hood. Let's have a conversation. And that's all I'm here for. I'm running for mayor, and I want to know your feelings of what's going on. You know what's going on out on the street here. So tell
what
me."
is going out on the streets according to the gangsters? Let's hear.
What's going down, man?
What's going down in the hood?
A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. They were also really angry at what was going on, and what they do is they try and groom these kids that are coming out of schools. You know, the ones that have got like one-parent families and stuff, and give them a little bit of food money to go and get some food at the shop. You know, McDonald's and all that. And this was going on and on and on and on and on. And then they would trap them and say, "You got to work for me now. You got to do what I tell you."
That is, in fact, a very big problem.
It's a
here
very
in London.
bad infection.
That is a problem.
Yeah, and so I said to them, if I win, the next day I'll call you to my office and you come and help me eradicate this knife crime, and we'll be.
The gangsters are going to
Yeah.
help you.
See, look, listen. If you've got poverty in your streets, in your country, you are going to get the worst of the worst. It's every country in the world is the same.
Yep.
You know, you can
So-
go like you go to Dubai, they'll chop your hands off. They've got a stringent, strict law. If I had the chance and I could have done it, I would have brought back capital punishment. And if I get a
Which
chance,
crimes would you have applied capital punishment for?
Stealing.
A lot.
Stealing.
no, well, stealing,
Hand shots off.
stealing. I'll tell you
Yeah,
what, I'll
hand
do a
shots
deal
off.
with Saudi and send them there. See how they like it.
Oh, wow.
Put signs up. Take a phone.
Go to Saudi.
Yeah, go to Saudi.
Visit Saudi
Yes, have one hand left. But you got to put
they
hard
gonna
and
use the
fast
phone with one
rules.
hand?
You have to put hard and fast rules in. I mean, look, you asked me about capital punishment.
Yeah, go on.
Women,
Which crime?
kids, rape, murders. Sorry, gone.
Murders?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's manslaughter. But
So you have faith in the judicial system?
No, I don't. Not our judicial system is faithless.
So how would we know, say for example, because as we know in America, there is a percentage of people that are convicted and sentenced to death that didn't actually commit the crime. How would we have...
Well, I
What
don't
around
know.
that?
I mean, look, listen, today you've got social media, you've got cameras all over the place, you've got plenty of evidence today. You've got DNA. Our police, actually, to give them credit, have got some of the most sophisticated stuff. So, look, last year when we were running Knightsbridge, do you know how many crimes there were a day? 19,000 a day.
They probably were
Stealing-
driving offences, though. That's what
No,
it seems like they're trying to
stealing-
catch people with. That's it.
Stealing,
Just
knife.
parking tickets and flipping.
I went to the hospitals. I don't know if you went. I went to a lot of the hospitals. They wouldn't give me information until I bought them flowers and chocolates. And then, like the last few days, I got information from them. And this lady said to me, "You have got no idea. You think there's only one knife crime a day? There's hundreds a night we have to deal with." And the parents are saying, "Please don't tell the police. Please don't do this." That perpetrator and assailant. You know, I mean, I could imagine that there are 200 to 400 per hospital. How many people we have? It can't be just one knife crime out of 4 million people or 5 million people in a day. He's
Impossible.
hiding the figures.
100% so.
The other thing
to
is...
tackle that... you
One second.
would've-
The other thing is, sorry, that Khan, do you ever see anything about him every day? It's gone. Anything that is written about him is gone. Fast. And this,
what?
like lots of things, like even the knife crime and stuff like that. That look, he's never laid a wreath for a dead person. Look at that poor woman, that poor girl, 17, 18-year-old. That girl, the student, no, she got stabbed in the bloody pus. Also,
I didn't see that.
yeah,
recently?
in Croydon last year. Was it
last year.
Christmas time? Before she got stabbed there. I even went to the family to see them just to give condolences. Oh, who am I? I'm nobody. But at the end of the day, for them to see a face for someone that was there, it was heartbreaking to see all of these type of things happen because
So
it could be
getting
your.
back to positive
Oh yeah, okay.
thinking. So
You need
to tackle knife
But what
crime...
positive have we got here?
So to tackle knife crime, you had the lady from Chicago, you was going to bring her in.
Yeah.
And the gangsters. You was going to bring them in.
They said to me, "You got 10 minutes." I spent 45 minutes with them,
Yeah.
and I learned a lot of stuff, and I learned their frustration as well. That they even said all the systems are broken. Why do you think there are people's getting welfare benefits here? If we all had money, we wouldn't be doing all these things. It's all about money. It's
So
all,
what would you have done to tackle that issue?
got rid of it.
Got rid of it.
By having somebody new in the system, it changes the whole objective.
Wait, got rid of what?
What do you mean?
Life crime, I'm
Just
assuming.
get rid of knife.
Listen, if you got rid of Khan, for example, and you put somebody new in who said that they said they were going to do these things and they're going to do it, like Trump, give him his due, whatever we think about him or not, he said he was going to get rid of migration and all these people, Mexicans and all that, and he's done it. He's doing it. He said he was going to do it, no matter how much damage he's caused in between or not, he's doing it. So if you say you're going to do something, you're going to get it done. You have to. It's important. You can't just take a role for a mayor of London or a...
But to accomplish that goal, you need to actually have some sort of, smart objectives in place.
Yeah, you can't
So
just say,
I'm going to get rid
I'm
of
going
it.
to get rid of it. Let's have
What,
a
what exactly?
I'll get rid of it.
What
Listen.
plan did you have? What, positive objectives did you have?
I had lots of plans, but they're too long to discuss here, and I
That's
don't want
what
to
we're
say
here
all my
for.
stories.
That's what we're here
They're my
for.
personal plans,
I know
That
your
was your
manifesto.
manifesto. That was your manifesto.
Well,
right?
my manifesto was already on my brochures. which was transparency, not secrecy, prosperity, not poverty, homeowners, not homeless, champions, not criminals. Within that sector, there was lots of things to do. It wasn't just four things.
Asking you. What
well, that's
would you
what I
have
said
done
to you.
to tackle knife crime?
What knife crime is not an easy subject to do when you've had it for the last 20, 30 years in our
100%.
country.
But what positive plans?
I was going to bring this lady in to help me,
Yeah.
and we had a plan to do it,
Yeah.
and that's what we were going to do. We were going to create that plan and make it happen, but it didn't happen for me. So, and as you, we don't have power. You and I, we can't do anything that we say that we can do now, but we can do it now if we become MPs, for example, and we start making a difference. There's lots of things we can do, a lot. As I said to you, try getting a meeting with your MP. You can't even get a meeting with a doctor these days. You have to ring up and make all these messes and
I
things.
haven't been to a doctor's. The last time I went to a doctor's surgery, I think I was 18. So we're going back 21 years. I don't visit those places.
I still believe that I could get rid of knife crime, but it is a tedious and hard. It's been embedded here, but with the social media aspect of life today, look at that guy, poor guy in Knightsbridge, a couple of weeks ago, £1 million watch. Gone.
Stabbed, yeah. So you would have...
So wrong. But
You would have stopped that.
And listen, if you had capital punishment in, trust me, 50, 60, 70% would be gone overnight. They are
So
not
would you
going
have
to...
brought capital punishment in if you was
I
mayor?
would have loved to. It's always been a forte, because for me, women and children are very important.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what's happened, but, you know, if you have an justice system operating,
Yeah.
and they're all for the government, what the government tell them to do. For example, Mayor of London told a lot of the police not to do anything about the robberies. I mean, I remember a guy smashed his window, took I don't know how many things out of the car, and the police actually saw it. There's cameras everywhere, but they didn't turn up. There's some kind of agenda going on in our country.
Did you have a plan to stop the robberies?
But what do you mean, a plan to stop the robberies? It all comes tongue in cheek. Everything's connected. It's like a bicycle. If you start with one, you finish with the other. And this is the problem. You can't just pick that out and say, oh, did you do the robberies? But
So capital punishment and housing and giving people loans to get houses.
Yeah.
Those are good things, I
no,
suppose.
and the thing is that I had a team of people that I'd already set up to go out to the rest of the world to promote our country, our city. That was the whole idea. And we could bring business in, align with them in their countries and start building. You never needed a Brexit, because you could have gone to the countries yourself and done business and said, come and join us. Forget the Brexit issue and that. Come and join us.
You voted stay.
No, I didn't. Well, you just told me now.
Did you vote
You voted
me?
leave.
I did, yeah. Because look,
Well done.
if you're paying 55 million a day, for what? And then you've got to beg for your money
For
to
a
come back.
membership to a club.
Membership to what club?
But isn't that what you plan to do with City? Pay for a membership to a club?
But that's not European Union, my friend. I'm an organisation. I'm not a party. This is what the parties do. They take that membership money and spend it not on the public. I get that money. I say to everybody today, that money will be used. We'll pick a town somewhere and we'll start to fix it. And we'll get that money. And once we've fixed it, we'll give them the bill, the government, because it's their job, not ours. Why do we need to fix things? Potholes, problems, people are in a mess. Our country is in a lot of poverty. If you look at the consensus of our people, there's not just 50,000 on the streets of London or England. There's far, far more. You know, all these figures are highly exaggerated. You know, when you look at them, people want to live in any country in economic freedom. They want to have a good health service. I would like to turn the National Health Service into the Natural Health Service.
Sounds a little bit like
I want people to be healthy, and these drugs that we're getting, they're a step away from the American drugs in America that are designed to just keep you there and make you worse and worse and worse. You know, if you're healthy like you are, you promote health. The best health you can promote is the work that you do in the gyms, and people should come because people pay for the membership. They get excited and then the membership is being paid, you're all right, you're getting the money, but they're not turning up because they've got so many things to do. You
They
must,
turn up in my gym, I can promise you that.
well, you must try and promote what you can, because like health is wealth, and the way we were treated in the pandemic, having targets that people are going to die. Why would you tell your doctor to say that if this person died of a heart attack, say it was COVID? Because there was insurance policies out there.
Well, yeah, in here we say the pandemic and we say COVID, but that's another discussion. So yeah, health, again, that was another major remit of power under the Mayor's office. Did you have any positive plans in place for that?
I do. I think it's a good idea to create a health service that is natural, because I'm thinking of the kids more than anything else. Yeah. And our people that have suffered on medication and become obese and other stuff, and they still can't get better because there are things that they're having that are not helping them in their body. Well, we weren't designed to take medicine. Everyone was healthy once. That maybe they had a shorter expectancy, but if you've noticed, a lot of people are living longer now. I think the children that are born in this era will live well over 100 all day long. It's just the way that things are going at the moment. But
not if they took the clog shot.
Huh?
Not if they took the poison.
Yeah, well,
Did you take it?
I did, unfortunately.
So.
But
the mRNA.
I know. I wish I never did this.
What was the reason?
Did you?
Yeah. I always ask that. What was the
restrictions of leaving the town and all that? And then my girlfriend was saying, "Oh, we can't travel anywhere. We can't go anywhere." I said, "But I'm not taking this. I don't want to take it." And she took one, and then she was, "Well, I can go and you can't go. Then what are we going to do?"
So you took it to travel. That was one of the most common reasons people. I haven't actually met a single person that took it for health. Have you? I don't.
I actually might get that. I might actually get that operation and take it out.
There's an operation.
Yeah, Mark still knows how to do it.
Loads of people that did it for health reasons.
Really?
Felt like it was
you can get it out.
The best thing to do. You can take it out, isn't it?
Yeah.
On DNA.
No, there's detoxes you can do.
Yeah, but you've got these
heavy metal
particles in
detoxes.
your where you had the thingy. They're all still there.
Really?
There's this. Mark's got this magnet.
But it hits the nucleus of your cells. How is that possible?
No, it's in
That's
your
what
arm.
mRNA is, isn't it?
Well, it is, but it doesn't follow your whole body. You know, the things it's doing a lot of different trappings as well. Like I'm getting skin issues. I don't know where they've come from. Look, can you see I've started... This just happened out of the blue. I've never had anything like this. This dry skin.
Oh, shit, moving like a snake.
Look. But so, I mean, our country is really in a state of disrepair, and all we need to do is to fix it. That's the positive arm of our conversations here, because all we need to do is to fix things. We don't need to sit there.
Just do it.
Is there a single person
just
who's
do
running
it.
for these kind of things though, that's saying they're not going to fix it? Like, I want to be mayor because I don't want to fix it. Everyone's saying they want to fix it.
I don't care about the status, mayor of London or prime minister. I want to just
want to get it done.
Yeah, because I'm living here, so it's going to come to a point that I'm just going to say, oh, should I give in like everybody else has done and leave? But I don't want to leave. I was born here. This is my country too. Might be brown skinned or light skinned or whatever you want to call it. But I want to say to the people as well, please not to riot and make more problems. These people that have come from the boats are here for a reason. There's nothing we can do about it. You can go and walk down the streets, chant your flags and do whatever.
You'll find here in... This is the point I was saying to you before. Here in London, there's no riots for immigrants in London.
Well, you say that, I don't know.
No, I mean, because London is very...
I mean, I don't like that word, so...
Yeah, London is very multicultural and it's very left-leaning and very welcoming.
Well,
so they if you remember...
Well, do you know they're going to put them into the boroughs now? These
sorry?
immigrants, these boat people, they're going to go into the boroughs now.
I mean, they have already.
They're going in there and people are renting
there's lots
because they're
of
getting
hotels in
double,
London.
triple the money again. So... They don't want to put them in hotels.
So what do you think the next step is with this agenda? Bringing the migrants in?
If I was Prime Minister, I would send them back. I'd go see Macron and I'd say, listen,
they are though.
You don't listen to me. We are the last stop here. We don't want these people. It's our right. It's our human rights. You don't do this, we're going to be chucking bullets.
That's what I was saying about earlier. Keir Starmer and Macron was talking about they have to send something like, I don't know, 80% of them back or something like that. Or no, it was much smaller. It was like 30%.
This
have to send them back.
This is what I said to you earlier. The agenda is from the United Nations. It's gone to every country. They get their quota bit by bit by bit, and then they send the next batch to the next country. Bit by bit by bit, next batch. And that is what's happening. If you follow the boats, it's one after the other. This is a complete agenda. People got to wake up. If they were going to be people coming here to help us, they would go through the normal channels.
Well, what's the agenda then? What do you actually think the agenda is?
Well, they're either going to turn on us, or they're going to work, or they're going to fight for us. They're all fighting men of fighting age, and they've already learnt how to fight before, and they've been training in some of the old RAF camps. This is a
Which
wrong.
RAF camps have they been training?
Loads. I don't know. There's quite a few. Yeah, I mean not RAF camps, but you know where the military places are.
Places.
But you can see them. They are around. And they have this blasé attitude, like I don't care. And have you seen one of them hit back? They won't hit back.
Hit back what?
They've been hit by the public.
Oh.
You know, you've been looking at my daughter or something, but I don't know how true this is. And these things, we can't, I mean, look, equally, I don't want to sit back and do nothing, but we don't have any power. The only way we're going to get power is to get into an MP seat for now, maybe join our organisation, we get in and we have a say, and we say, no, our constituents want this and we want this done.
Yeah.
And you need to vote for us because the public want it. It's not you. The government's meant to work for us, I keep saying.
Well, they are civil servants.
But they are not. They will never work for us. Prince Charles is in the WEF, World Economic Forum. David Beckham's in the World Economic Forum. You know, why are you joining these clubs and being even more secretive when you should be... A king used to stand in front of the war. I'm leading my army. This is my country. Where's that?
I don't think
he's collecting the money.
Fingers is going to do that.
Yeah, he's collecting his money, all right, charging the NHS exorbitant amounts of money. His son's piling in the cash from all the rents and everything. This is all wrong. This is our country that was built for us. It wasn't built for taking away and being left in the dumpster. We don't need a welfare state. We never needed one. We created it because we wanted to have people on there that can't work, won't work, don't work. I don't know. But obviously there are people that are disabled, etc. But in other countries, they don't have... In America, they don't have this. This is a USA. Yeah. In Dubai, they don't have this. In Saudi, they don't have this. In China, they don't have this. Why have we got this here? We are dissipating money. They can quite easily work. That's why within our group, I want to set up job centres and stuff in our system. I want people to come. If they don't have a job, we'll help them find a job. Let them work. Let them be freedom free, earn some money, even if it's £200 a week, whatever it is. You know how nice you feel that you've gone out to work and you brought some money home for your family. It's so lovely. And you can buy things that you want, but you can't, not everyone has that luxury. I am all for giving back. I just want to help people get into
that welfare system it started because of women though, innit? With like babies and they got in bad situations and stuff. It's ended up here. But.
Can I just pause for 1 minute because I am busting for a piece.
No idea.
Welcome to the podcast. We're back again. We're all here, all good in the hood.
That's a good intro. You should do that from now on.
Yes. I'm Shyam Batra. This is Donald
Griffiths.
Trumps. Griffiths. And our friend Andreas
Mickley.
Yes, and his gym.
Yeah.
What's gym called? What's your gym called?
Zone Gym.
So Gym. You see? So Gym. And don't forget to subscribe to us.
So Gym.
Shyam Batra for mayor.
It's So Gym.
Oh yeah.
So Gym.
Where was we before? Where we was talking about your policies and things you was going to be doing.
We were talking about city. Yeah. So look, let me go back into it. City is community or communication. We need this in our lives. If we don't communicate even with our families, our wives, etc., we're not going to get anywhere.
So how are we going to help them communicate?
Well, because I say to people that communication is it's the most important part of any integral family. If you don't communicate, or in a business, you're not going to get anything. It's just going to dissipate, a divorce is going to happen, business is going to fall, and so on. So it is important. And then you've got the word community. Well, we all need to be part of communities because it's a big country, England. And one of the things I would like to do is to take away the school system from the governments. I don't believe governments should be running schools, education, let's just say that way.
Well, who'd run it?
The communities. I would give it back to the communities, give them the money. The mothers, the fathers, the teachers, they all gel together.
That's all great if everyone's clever and smart about it, but there's a lot of dumb people out there. Giving them that sort of power might just ruin everything.
I wouldn't say our people are dumb. You're on TV.
I would say 50%
I would
of
say,
people are dumb.
I will 100% concur with Donny. More than 50% of people are
don't
so
listen to them.
thick.
Seriously.
No, it's way more than
coming a
70.
joke now.
It's way more than I'd say between 90 to 95% of
that's a big
general
number.
population.
I'll say 70. I'll say 70.
Complete utter idiots. That is
No, listen. I say to you this: we've got a huge variety of the so-called parties, which I don't like. So people think, oh, well, this is going to suit me. I'm going to go there, but they don't look at it, because when you look at a reel, majority of people only see, out of 30 seconds, they only see like a third of that reel. So in their mindset, the last thing they want to do is think about voting and what are we going to get. What people should be considering, the first and foremost thing is the communication and what's going into their pocket and how are they going to survive, etc. Because we're living in a country right now where we do not know where we are going. All we know is that they're trying to enforce free speech upon us, to not have it, and push us into a corner to accept what they're going to give us, like the digital ID, like the CBDC, the banking system, like not allowed to take money out of your bank accounts. You know, you're not allowed to take £1,000 with you in a car. If you get caught with £1,000 in a car, they will arrest you because they think it's for drugs.
I would love to see them try.
But the point is this: we've got laws here. When people were smashing the cameras, I said on Rob Moore's show, I said, don't smash the cameras, just don't pay. They can't do you for not paying.
Yeah, I swear they can.
Sorry?
Isn't it?
Well, they start the whole enforcement process. They send the letter.
Well, let me tell you
they've got a
this.
list of powers. You know, like what the main one they like to do.
Now we're on this subject. If someone turns up at your door and says, "Oh, I'm from the enforcement service. You didn't pay your fine. It's now £500. A £30 fine is now £500. I need to take goods out of your property." And the only thing you got to ask them is, "Sure, but where's your contract with me? What contract do I have with you?
Well, I wouldn't even.
When did I sign? Get lost." Well, other words than get lost. But that's. I mean, I don't pay. I don't pay the ULEZ charges, and I think it's a.
So
civil,
have you fully protected yourself from that?
It's a crime because we were never. This was never passed in government. This was never talked about, and it was just implemented. See, this is how the mayor can get through things in his city, because he's sometimes more powerful than the Prime Minister.
That I agree on, because he's only accountable to the London Assembly.
Well, that's a joke, and it's just a comedy show.
Yeah.
It's just designed to do that. But the facts of the matter is that whose money are they using to take money from you? Your money. They're using your money to take money from you.
Not taking
This
any
is
money from
all
me.
our money, everything we
They're
do.
not taking my money.
Well, listen, if you do something wrong, 2030 comes and 15-minute cities upon us, you do something wrong, they'll freeze your bank account, all right?
I don't think
I
Andreas will be a
don't
part of
think that will be a problem for me at all. I won't be participating in that, and I think anybody on planet Earth that knows me will agree with me that I will be the one at the front of the, leading with the torch in my hand, laughing at whatever Prime Minister thinks he's going to tell me what I have to do.
Yeah.
That's going to be a comedy act in itself.
I want to polish all of the. I mean, the useless charge, which I call it, ULEZ, is, again, where's your transparency?
That's a good one. I like that.
What did we call it? We called it
ULEZ.
No. We had a funny thing for it. You said useless. That's what
that's what I call it. I always called it useless charge.
Because I said ULEZ and not ULEZ.
I called it the useless charge because it is
Useless.
It's taking money out of people's pockets, and then of all things they say, "Oh, we'll give you £2,000 for your car," because it's not ULEZ free.
Really? That's what
Complete
they're on.
joke.
Is that still going on?
£2,000. I mean, poor people have gone into that and gone and got themselves into debt and bought a new car, 15 grand a year, 15 grand with a monthly payment now for no reason. And then I said last year as well that he's going to do Blackwall Tunnel and Silver Street, January, February. What happened? February did Blackwall Tunnel
Well,
and
he
Silver
announced
Street.
that before January last year, didn't he?
No, he didn't. He didn't announce it at all.
I think it was in.
He only announced it before he had put it in place because it was already being created. It was already on its way. And I found out from a few people that it was going to be
He was
implemented.
in 2023 and that was the toll charges.
The agendas are all wrong. We don't need unnecessary charges. I mean, if you go to countries in the world, they don't have this. America does. America's like following us. They've all got the AMPR cameras as well, watching you wherever you go. Actually, these cameras in London, if you've had the COVID jab, they can trace you, track you.
That's the thing that's pissing me off about this city the most. There's all the driving stuff, the parking tickets,
4,000
and the flipping cameras, and the this and that. That's probably the only thing I care about. The only that's what I want to hear from the next elections. Whoever's pushing that the most to get rid of all that, that's what I'm voting for. Sorry.
4,001 cameras.
It's mental.
Well, you know that was
London.
me, brother. You know, my.
Yeah, but you got to crack down on that properly. I want to hear that. That's your whole main campaign. That's the
we
main
all know
campaign.
my policies.
Look.
These are public roads.
If you
They are
want me
not
to vote.
owned by anybody. They're maintained by the council.
Yeah, this is
so
just insane.
You can't charge to use a public road.
What's a
And all of-
park? Like, what the hell? Who? We're all part of this. Like, who decided out of all of us to say, yeah, let's charge people to park on the
He
street?
did.
What do you mean? That's
He
pissing
did.
me off,
and,
man.
And there's also, what's the other one called? Paper Mile? Operation Detroit.
Oh yeah. You lot seem
He's
quite
a
aligned,
joke.
you know, when you think about it.
He's
Like,
a
the stuff that you
joke.
lot are focused on, you both are very aligned. You know that his campaign was
course.
a lot to do with the stuff that you was talking about.
Yeah,
talking-
I mean,
we talk about as
this
well.
is why I created City, because it makes it takes the stigma away of all this manifesto word. Doesn't mean a thing, manifesto. You know, we're not cooking a curry. It's what is a manifesto? Just give people real things that they are angry about and they want to have
cooking
fixed.
a curry right now.
Manifesto curry.
Hopefully
Manifesto curry.
Manifesto curry.
Should we get a curry after this? That is a good idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah, I
Manifesto.
think so.
How many curry duffs around here? Those
We,
Turkish.
we need a curry. We definitely need a curry. But so the other thing is this, that if we're going to have there's going to be some kind of lockdown this year. I don't know when.
What type of lockdown will it be?
Similar to what we
Climate
had.
lockdown or
But
another pandemic?
Look, I've heard a few things. I've heard that Trump is doing stuff, but when he didn't get the election in 2016, he's been working with the military, as far as I know.
He didn't get the election in 2016. Or
No,
did?
he didn't get it, did he? Was it 2016? Was it 2016?
I mean, he did in 2016. But yeah, go on.
Was it 2016?
Yeah, he
got
was
it?
the president then. But you mean the last
the
one,
the one after,
to
yeah.
2024.
Yeah, so there's some agendas going on because when we are born, we have a birth certificate. Apparently, our birth certificate is sold to the stock market. Do you know this? You heard about
I'm
it?
very well aware of the birth certificate
Yeah,
scam.
and maritime law. Right. So we're owed a lot of money. So when you go to a court, that's why they address you as Mr. They don't address you by your name.
Yeah, he told me about all this stuff.
Yeah. So these are the things that, as far as I know, that the deep state has taken all of our money and has been using it. I mean, we've got layers of stuff going on. As you can see from Starmer's voice, whenever he speaks, you know he's speeched it. He's memorized it.
Starmer.
Yeah, he's just learned it all and done it. And when you're in Parliament, you write down your stuff and you have to read it. You can't talk out of your mind. This is like
You can. You don't, but most
Well,
of them read off of their notes.
if we get in-
there's a fair few politicians
when we
that
get
read
in,
off of.
we're going to talk our minds because we are talking for the people. Because we are the same. We have the same neighbours, same everything. Why are we told to shut up and not say something? I mean,
Did someone say to you?
somebody's
"Shut
told
up"?
my mate, shut up and do as you're told. Otherwise, you won't have your job anymore.
Oh, the employer.
No, member of parliament.
Oh wow.
Damn.
These are all agendas for no reason. We don't need any of this stuff. At the end of the day, if the mayor of London is going to just falsify his votes and get into power, you can see
So
the.
do you believe he did commit election
My friend,
fraud?
how many people do you think love him?
There's not many, but he does have
No.
a quite a large.
There's not many. Do you know what? It's gone to the
Fan
countries.
base.
It's gone to countries in the world. People don't like this man. I wouldn't stay in a job if I wasn't liked. What for? If they don't like you and you can't stand, why would you be a target for yourself? It's stupid. It doesn't make sense to me. But money talks, doesn't it? Who, as you said before, the people at City Hall, they're well looked after. Why would they want to lose their jobs? And there's many of them as well. So he had an agenda. If he was ever going to lose, he had his deposits ready. The unions are the perfect place. If you align with the unions, why would you give £30 million before an election? First thing you do is negotiate. You don't start a war. You negotiate with things. £30 million is a lot of money, our money. Again, our money.
Quite a large chunk. He paid off the tube drivers.
Yeah,
It was a strike.
and it suddenly got cancelled.
Yeah.
That's good.
But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think 27,000. I mean, that was the maximum amount of votes he could have got from that. 27,000 votes wouldn't have made.
Unions have got vast amount of votes. Vast
27,
amount.
there's 27,000 total
No,
TFL
it's not.
employees.
It's not.
There's more?
Of course. There's
many is
way,
there?
way more. I'm telling you, nobody in London voted for this man. If they did, it would be under 10,000, let's just say. If the Muslims didn't vote for him, who loved him, even he's hurt them with the useless charge. That's what he's done. Because just think about the damage. Just think about how much money has he generated for us. The prices of tickets went up, rates went up, charges went up, more charges implemented. For what? This is the bridges in our country. The scenery of our country in London is diabolical. It's never been cleaned. Have you ever seen any cleaners on the bridges? How did Big Ben get paid? Colossal amounts of money that they did to revamp it. See, these are all the deals that are being done backdoor, and we don't know. Like this Hussein family bought Trocadero, £500 million. £500 million. It could be half the price. It could be the full price. I don't know. Well, you don't think anyone's going to get anything? Well, there's no deal here. I mean, they spent. What did Parliament spend? 10 million on the door. 10 million pounds on a door.
Well, yeah.
Has to be a super solid door.
Yeah, spending and overreach of spending is a big problem. I do agree on that.
It's a
There's
massive
been
problem.
Many instances.
There is
especially
no
coming from
Batman here, and there's no Robin. There's Robin Hood.
What would be your sort of biggest overreach of spending? You know, like wasting of public funds that little man Khan's done over in his two and a bit
Do you know what?
terms.
I would
you
spend.
say it
I would
was?
spend a lot of money to help the NHS.
No, what would you say his biggest waste of money was?
There's a lot, from the congestion zone to the hidden.
The congestion charge.
That's not waste of money. That
That actually profited. Yeah, they profited quite.
Waste of money.
Well, it's a waste of money that people are paying out of their
Oh,
pockets.
yeah, but
They
he
don't
means
want it
waste
to
of
pay.
money. What's he
You know,
cost
like
them?
frivolous spending.
Yeah.
You know, like I think it was paid something like £6.6 million to
For a
rename the
sign.
tube line.
For the sign.
Rename the tube line.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you?
6.6. That's right.
Yeah. What would you say his biggest?
Well, do you think it would cost 6.6 million to rename the tube line?
Most
It's
certainly not.
disgusting.
No.
That is diabolical. £12,500 for a lunch for 3 people.
Yeah.
How do you justify that? Well, what are you eating?
Well, you don't.
You know, he creates the problem for himself. He doesn't say anything to anyone either. He won't talk to the public outside. If you're walking around like he did yesterday, he's got security guards, armed guards with him. He had a chauffeur-driven
Bullet
Range Rover.
Range
Yeah,
Rover.
yeah, and you couldn't get near him, right? And so, do you want someone that the country gave you the authority to become a mayor to fix the city to their liking? Nothing's got done. Knife crime under his tenureship has destroyed our city. People, The Indians don't want to come here. They get a sign when they book the ticket. Please don't go to London. If you do, stay in your hotel room.
Really?
Yeah,
Is that real?
it's serious.
Well done.
But the problem is, London is a great destination. Everybody loves this city. This is one of the most pinnacle and best cities in the world. You know, things like you spend on the fireworks, for example. I don't know how many millions of wasted.
Well, the
money.
New Year's
Massive
stuff, innit? Like, the New Year's stuff is mental.
Yeah, and
Humongous amount.
But I go back to my city: transparency, not secrecy; prosperity, not poverty.
Oh, actually, with this New Year's stuff, they made the money from the tickets with that, isn't it? Isn't
Well,
that how
that's
they
wrong
paid
as
for it?
well. For one day in the year that you're going to all celebrate our country, and the most salubrious celebration of all is Christmas. Christmas, right? And we've got to pay for our tickets to watch a bunch of fireworks.
So who do you think should have paid it?
I think it should have been given as a gift to the people.
From which funds?
Well, what do you mean, which funds? As a gift
I mean,
for the
someone
country.
had to buy the fireworks.
We don't need to. They pick up enough revenue from the taxes, let alone.
So you think with our money, your public funds?
Absolutely. Because there's no.
Do you not think that would have been a waste of our public funds?
Well, I would have done something better, some different things. I mean, you don't always have to have fireworks. Everywhere's going to do fireworks. Why not be different? You know, why not get a bunch of children out, help them and other stuff? Why not do things for the communities? You know, why not let them have their own little, give them an allocation of money, let them do their own fireworks and stuff? Because London gets it, but the rest of the communities don't do it because they all come to London to do it. And watch it on TV, for example, you know. But what happened in Romania when at Christmas the mayor gave everybody a hamper in his city for just saying thank you.
Really? Is that a real thing?
I
Yeah.
never heard of that. But
Yeah.
do you know what was in
Had
the
the
hamper?
beautiful hampers. They looked so gorgeous.
Really? That must cost loads.
Every single person in the
But
city.
listen, at the end of
Which
the
city was it?
huh?
which
I
city?
don't know. I don't know.
Just somewhere in Romania.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you is, haven't they stolen enough from us over the years? And I'm not just talking about money, our dignity, our rights, our information, our data, everything that we're doing. You've got memberships here. Your data's sold already. You've got no control on it. They're sold already. They're done.
My members' data sold
Of course.
too.
I don't know, to maybe
I don't think it's
Israel,
anyone.
to
It's
China. I have
secure.
no idea. I don't know. This I don't know.
My
about.
own closed software. There's no
Doesn't
data,
matter.
so- Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The
Think
software isn't closed though, is it? 'Cause
Well,
it's in a database.
you're in a public
It's
domain.
encrypted with Club Manager.
But someone can log into your database. Someone can log
Someone
into
can
your.
hack it, you mean?
No, like the people who run the company can log into your.
Yeah, but there's clear GDPR.
I was
laws in
told that
place.
the Israelis had
They don't.
got all of their doctors' surgeries, as far as I know. I don't know, something about the doctors. They had control over the doctors' surgeries. I don't know.
Maybe.
But there's a
Someone
lot
hack
of
it.
stuff going on. Look, what happened recently? Our photos are now being looked at. Our information is now
Which
being
photos?
on Apple, in your Apple library.
Oh, you mean the?
They already passed
what
the
was
law.
It was like about 6 months ago.
Yeah,
Apple
that's
backed
right.
down to the government
Correct.
to have it. It was
They can
extra
check all your
encrypt-
photos,
Right,
all
so-
your phone calls.
I just realised that you're a bit out of frame. You're gonna have to scooch up a little bit.
Sorry.
that,
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. No, good. So,
Yeah, no, I think that was only it was a law they put in place for any serious offences. The NCA are allowed to ask Apple for a backdoor to.
Yeah,
they
you
can
could have had
access
that chance. It's gone now.
But I don't use iCloud, so they can't get my photos.
I do. I use iCloud.
I don't use any cloud.
But they've still got access to your data. They've got
Oh.
access to your photos. You don't need
My
to use
photos not
iCloud.
online though.
Well, where is it?
It's offline.
it's just on his phone, isn't it?
on my
His
phone.
hardware. On his hardware. Though.
Yeah, but they've got access to your phone.
Not
No,
if,
go on,
not
it's
if,
on
they,
my
not
phone,
if he doesn't put them online, he doesn't.
Read on the web.
My friend, I remember when that law came into place. So
Is
they
it-
can only access your iCloud. They
No,
can't-
there's another law, the latest one they did.
iCloud can't
very
even access
recently.
your photos unless you give iCloud permission to.
I think they gave you a date to apply or something, didn't they?
No, it's just iCloud, and that applies to everyone now.
Well, to be honest, I don't really care because I know that things are not right here. There's information being passed, given, taken, listened to, and we're just normal people, right? I can understand if we were spies and other things doing like James Bond, but we're not. We're just normal people. But they collect Meta makes its money from collecting data.
Meta, though, is definitely one of the people that encrypts our information. They encrypt our information quite a lot on WhatsApp and stuff.
Well, they
like
say
that.
it's encrypted, but do we really know it is?
I'm pretty sure it is. They say it is.
This is another word.
I mean,
we're using.
WhatsApp, I've used a fair amount of different encrypted messenger services, and WhatsApp seems to be the most consistently safe,
Secure, yeah,
secure.
So they say. I don't know.
I mean, I'm very sure there's some sort of backdoor somewhere or whatever, but, you know, we're just regular. I'm just a regular geezer from North London. I don't think they're after my WhatsApp messages.
Essex, innit?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, I'm very conscious of the time. This has been a very interesting interview, Shyam.
Thank you very
thoroughly
much.
enjoyed doing this. Now, two things we normally do at the end of every podcast interview is firstly, give us your...
Handles.
Yeah, we'll definitely put the handles in there, but it's
Please.
give us your... It's almost like an ethos, a saying you live by.
To the public.
It can be a couple of words, it can be a sentence, a paragraph, you know, maybe some words of inspiration. We might even use it for the title of this episode or whatever, but something you sort of live by, you know, something, your slogan, whatever it is. Give us
The positive thing is that I want to give everyone access to city organisation. It's going to be for you, not for me, but it's going to be for us. And it's something totally different from the landscape that we all live in today. And I urge everyone to come and talk to me. And when I launch it, I would love everyone to join, because it's going to be something that we're going to really have. And it'll be all for us, so we can make the decisions, hopefully, as time progresses. And I'm Shyam Batra, ex-London Mayor, like our friend. And my handle is Shyam Batra, SHYAMBATRA 4 Mayor. And I'm on a lot of platforms. Instagram is my main one, and TikTok, and YouTube, and all the others. And X, I'm a bit poor, so if you've got any followings, then please follow me there. But I say to everybody, you have to stay calm and just be positive. Everything that is going to happen for the goodness. This podcast was done today because we're talking about live facts. But I say to you all, just stay calm and don't get angry. Try not to say the words that we've been told we can't say, and just be positive in what you do. If you write anything, you've actually got the stick now, haven't you? The little pen thing that if you're getting angry and you write something there, it can correct it for you and put it into better language, so you can still post it. Which I think is good.
The AI thing.
You know when you go to the messages and it's got that stick?
Yeah.
You click on that, it'll do your message for you.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to see anybody go to prison for no reason. And I think it's very, very important. We do have limited free speech, so we have to abide by the law, and I suggest that people do that. There's nothing much I can say, but to keep all our kids and families safe.
Good message. I like it. And then the final thing I always ask every guest to do is, you probably never heard me say this before because you haven't seen it, but my slogan, as you want to call it, is I go, hey, come on. So give us your
Can I do
version.
a Sylvester Stallone?
Do it in any
You've got to give your best impression.
You got to give your best impression of my slogan.
Your slogan?
What you want me to do?
Yeah, that's pretty good. But you have to
say, hey,
you have to do the slogan.
Hey, come on, let's go. Come on, everybody ready? Let's go. No.
I sound like you. Yes, sure. That's one, man. Thank you for coming on.
Cool,
Thanks, man.
Good stuff, man.
Lovely. I hope you
Wicked.
enjoyed our show.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We gotta have a make it a bit
Let's
sprucey.
get a curry now. I want to get a
Yeah, let's get this curry, guys.
curry. Nice one.
I am Indian. I
come
want
on.
curry.
Wicked, man.
Right.